says there's only one other player on it.
That's probably me. Right.
Oh, yep, there you go.
We're there.
Yep.
Yeah, I've just done a notification.
I can't see myself. Right.
Oh.
There we go. Okay, well, so this is a cooperative game. So we're all working together to prevent the ancient elder god from breaking through a portal and destroying the world. All right. So what we've got to do, we've got to work our way around the city of Arkham, trying to collect these clue tokens that will manifest on the board, and get rid of these doom tokens that will appear. The idea is to try and get these clue tokens onto the ancient one's sheet and stop these doom tokens from getting on there. Okay.
Okay.
So you will see that there's different regions, and each of them is divided into 3 areas. Right. So when you move around, you'll be going from area to area, right? Segment to segment. You never go in the middle. Right, you've got the streets, which are these bridges or park areas that connect things together. Right, and these got these monster cars that will be wandering around, depending on what type they are. They're trying to kill us or, I don't know, do nasty stuff. Right. So we all start in the train station over there in what's it called, North Town.
Yeah.
North side.
North side. Right, those cards over there, they're the encounter cards. So when you stop in a location, if you're not engaged with a monster, you'll draw a card and have an encounter. Okay, these are the item cards, the green deck. Yeah, when you're told to draw or choose an item card, you can take one from there. Right, then you've got spells in the purple one, right? And there's allies and special cards as well.
Special.
Yeah, I think so. Right. That's the event deck in that weird thing. So when you draw clues, you'll be pulling from the front. When you draw doom stuff, you'll pull from the back. Right. You've got remnant tokens. These are focus tokens that can add 1 to your stats. Depending on what one you get, or you can discard them to re-roll a die. You've got sanity. Right. So if you get the maximum amount of sanity, you go insane from the membrane. And then these are strength, so if you get a maximum of them, you will die. Right? You've got headlines, which are newspapers. You've got the anomaly deck. This is the I can't remember what it's called now. It's a deck which tells a story. So you'll be working your way through this, and gradually, as you work your way through it, it will reveal what you've got to do. Because at the moment, we don't know what the end game condition is. Okay. So you'll see on your investigator sheet, right? You've got the name of the investigator, tells you your special ability. So mine is in the stars. After you remove 2 or more doom, right, from your space, you may suffer 1 horror, which is a sanity. Whenever it says suffer a horror, you'll add 1 to your sanity. And to research 1 clue. So researching a clue means being able to put it onto the investigator sheet, onto the old one sheet. Yeah. So I've got focus limit of 2, which means I can only have a maximum of 2 focus tokens. All right. So your focus limit tells you how many tokens you can have. You can only have 1 of each. All right. So I can only have 1 law, which can be 4 law rather than 3. Blah blah blah. Okay. So you've got all your stats down here. 3 law or 1 influence or whatever, the number next to the stat tells you how many dice you roll when doing a skill check for that stat, right? Obviously, if you've got a focus token of that stat, you add 1 to it. And the golden rule of this game is that when you roll dice in a skill check, a 5 and a 6 is considered a success, right? You always pass if you roll at least 1 success. Sometimes the skill check or the test will ask you, will say that you need 2 successes or 3 successes or whatever. Yeah, but you'll always pass the test as long as you roll one success, which is a 5 or 6.
Right.
Right? So everyone starts with a certain amount of money. That's what these are. That don't look
Right,
like it, but that's cash. I'll start with 1, and you start with 3 unique items that
What's this?
only you has. So, that's when you've taken your 2 actions. You'll flip it over just to remind yourself that you've already had your turn, because you've decided amongst ourselves who goes next.
Oh,
There's
right.
no set turn order. Right, so yeah, you've got 1. Yeah, the purple one is no, sorry, not what I'm talking about. One of them is mandatory. You have to keep it, and one of the other 2 you'll choose. But once you know how to play the game, then that'll make it easier. Right, these are conditions, so you might end up being cursed or blessed or whatever. Right, and you take one of these cards, and on the back it tells you sort of what your roles are. So you've got primary role and secondary role. It just gives you an idea about what you're good at and how to sort of navigate through the game. All right. So these are anomaly tokens. Right. Whenever you get 3 doom in one space or 5 doom in the whole of the sector, then you put an anomaly on there. Right. And what that means is that instead of having an encounter area, you go to the anomaly deck and you'll go through into another world and do that. And you can only get rid of this once you've got rid of all your doom. We'll get into that in a sec. What else is there? Not a lot. I think that's it, right? Right.
I've got to get these.
You're looking for clues. Well, it depends. The game might tell you to do something different. Okay. So what you'll be doing, it's a little bit vague, but there's this thing called a codex, right? So you'll be taking these cards and other cards and you'll be adding them to the codex, which will gradually build up a narrative, right? So at the moment, there's 2 cards in the codex, anomalies and deja vu. So once before we start the game, I'll read this to you and it should start the story off, yeah? All right? Yeah, if you're defeated, which means if you lose all your health or all your sanity, then you'll discard everything, you'll draw a new investigator, and you have to start from scratch. Don't get killed.
No one's a traitor or anything like that.
No.
No.
Oh, when you're defeated, if you ever die, then you put a doom token on the scenario sheet. So you don't want to do that. All right? Okay. So you'll see that there is a turn order. If you turn the sheet, you've got the card over, you'll be able to see what the turn orders. You've got the action phase where you'll be taking actions, and then you've got the monster phase where the monsters will move and do stuff. Then you'll have the encounter phase. Like we said, if you're not engaged with a monster, then you draw an encounter for where you are. Right? You can have encounters in the streets as well. There's a streets deck. And then you'll have the mythos phase where you'll reach into the mythos cup and draw 2 tokens, and then depending on what they are, stuff will happen or not, because there's blanks in there as well. All right. So in the action phase, anyone can go in any order. Once you've taken 2 actions, you'll turn your little action token over to show that you've already had your go. You're able to take 2 actions. Right. You turn over your sheet again, your card. It'll tell you what actions you can do. You can move. So we all start in the train station because we just rolled in on the Hogwarts Express. Or not. The 11:45 out of Waterloo. Right. So you can move. You can move up to 2 spaces, or you can spend up to $2 to move that many additional spaces. So I could move down into, can't even see it, where is it? I could move into this space. I could go
Merchant district.
Yeah, I'll move into the merchant district, pay $1 to go into this street, and then pay another $1 to go there, or just pay 1 to go there, right? You can move 2, and then you can pay $1 to move another one, and then pay another $1 to move another. So you can move up to 4 if you want to pay, which I can't do because I'm skinned. You think I'd have to bump a pension, wouldn't you? Right.
Definitely wasted on alcohol.
Right, so you can gather resources, which means you'll just take 1 money. Okay. You can ward, and this is the way of getting rid of these doom tokens on the board. So you've got to be in the space, and what you'll do a a law test to remove doom tokens equal to your test result. So I've got a law of 3, so I'll roll 3 dice, and that would mean that I could remove 2 doom tokens from my space. If you ever remove more than 2 or more doom tokens, you get a little remnant token, all right? And they get a little technical thing, and you can spend them for different stuff.
So when you do your skill test again,
Yep.
you've got to roll higher than what the number is here, or lower.
Yeah, that's the number of dice you can roll, isn't it?
Yeah. So,
Right.
so your law, what's your law score?
4.
So you roll 4 law,
Yeah.
and then you look at the
Any
5s
fives
and
and
6s, yeah.
Right. Okay.
But you've also got focus tokens as well, which can bump it up by 1. But you can only ever have 1 focus token for each stat, and you can only have as many focus tokens as your focus limit is listed on your sheet above your little heartbeat thing. Alright, so I can only ever have 2 focus tokens on my board. You can also spend focus tokens to re-roll any one die. So I could spend a focus token, re-roll that, and fail. Alright?
So can you change your focus throughout the game if you wanted to?
No, because you see each one of them tokens refers to 1 stat.
Yeah.
So the eyeball would mean that I get 4 observation rather than 3.
Yeah.
Alright? Okay. You can also spend clue tokens to re-roll a die, but they're quite valuable, so it's probably not worth doing. Okay. What do we say? That's the ward action, wasn't it? Remnants can be used to more safely cast spells or exchange remnants for money during certain encounters. So yeah, remnants, when you cast spells, you have to lose sanity. It messes with your brain, you know. Right, but you can spend remnant tokens to mitigate that. We'll get into that in a sec. Right, so the focus thing. Did I mention that?
Yes.
Yeah, you did mention that. Yeah, just
Yes,
take a skill
Yeah.
token of your choice and add it to the board. Yeah, so that it adds 1 to your stat, or you can spend it to re-roll a die. Right? You've got the attack, right? You engage 1 monster in your space. So if you do that, say if I was in here, in this space here, and I attack this monster, I engage it, which means I take it, turn it over onto its engaged side, and I'll put it in front of me, right? And that means that I'm now engaged with that monster.
Congratulations.
Well, yeah. Rogue figure. Right. So when you're engaged with a monster, well, I just got that actually. When you're engaged with a monster, you can only attack, evade, or take the focus action. You can't move, you can't get married, you can't do anything, or you can only take a focus token, attack or evade, right? So we put that in front of you. And you resolve a strength test. So in my example is I've got 2 strength, so I'll roll this, and that would be 1 hit. I look at the amount of health that the monster's got. Right. So this monster's got 1 health, which is like 1 heartbeat thing. Right.
Yep.
Okay. You'll see that there's also modifiers on the monster card. So if I was doing a strength test, I wouldn't take any off of it, but if there's -1, I'd have to lose a die. If I was doing an observation check, I'd have to lose 1 die doing that. Right? Okay, so he can only take 1 damage. I would have killed him, and he disappears. I think that was there.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, so you put that many damage markers on the monster card. If it's taken damage equal to or greater than its health, you have defeated it. When it's defeated, you place it on top of the monster deck, which is it's over there, below that green one. Yes, you put it on top because you always draw from the bottom. Okay, and you gain if it's got a remnant token on it, which this one hasn't. It'll be up here in the top corner. It's got like a tentacle thing. You'll get a remnant token as a reward. Right. So if you don't want to fight the monster, you take the evade action. Okay, you do an observation check. Yeah, to disengage and exhaust the monster equal to your test result. If you evade all, you can perform one additional action. So say if I was engaged with this monster, right, and it's in front of me there, I'll do an observation check, which is 3 dice for me. So I've evaded it. Because I've only engaged one monster and I've evaded it, it'll go back exhausted, which is there, and then I get to take another action. Okay. If I had multiple monsters, I'd need more successes. So say if I had 2 monsters in front of me, that wouldn't be enough. I could disengage one, I'd still be engaged with another one, so I can't take the additional action. Okay?
So what happens with the other one then?
You stay
Right,
engaged
stay
with it.
there.
Yeah, yeah. So I could divorce that one. I'll stay engaged with this one. Right? Monster polygamy.
So how long does it stay exhausted for?
In the mythos phase, after that, it gets really
Re-energized. Yeah.
re-energized.
So if that's exhausted,
Yeah.
and somebody else goes in there,
Can't do anything because it's exhausted.
right? So how do you, is there some sort of signal thing you put on it that it's
Well,
exhausted?
yeah, if that's ready, that's exhausted.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right, so you do the research action, you do an observation check, and you'll place clues equal to your test result on the scenario. So if I had, say, 2 clues, right, you can pick these clues up. I'll tell you how to do that later. So if I had 2 clues, roll for observation, that means I can put 1 on the ancient one sheet. Right, so that's how you get clues. You do something to get them onto your player sheet, and then you have to take the research action and put them onto there. Right, and then there's also the trade action. If you're in the same space, you can exchange any number of possessions with investigators in your space. And there's one thing you can't trade. I can't remember what it is. Oh yeah, health, sanity, talents and conditions cannot be traded, but you can trade allies, items, spells, money, clues and or remnants with each other. Yeah, that's a good way of saying, like, I don't know, if you're not very good at observing, but you're good at fighting, you could hand Gav a weapon, or Gav could give somebody clue tokens, you know. That's a good way of doing that. Right, if you're ever delayed, right, if the game ever says you're delayed, what do? I was going to say you put the investigator down, but I mean, it's already down. So, I don't know, we'll put something on the investigator and say you're delayed, and then the next turn you can take that off, and then you'll only be able to perform 1 action. Right? That's if you're delayed. Okay, that's the action phase. Right, everyone understand how actions work?
Yeah.
Yeah? Right. So you've got the monster phase now, so each ready monster, which is on the black side, yeah, ready, exhausted, yeah, so each ready monster will do the following in order. They will move, right? It tells you on the card how they move. So this one says it spawns at the unstable space, right? The unstable space is the space with the doom marker on the last draw on the top card of the event discard pile, right, over there on the little wheelbarrow thing. So it's the card in front of it. Yeah, so there's a little doom marker on it. It's like a little star thing. One of these symbols. One of these symbols, yeah, on the card somewhere, on one of the 3 segments.
The independent square.
Yeah, so that's the unstable space, yeah. So if ever a robed figure appears, right, then it will go on the unstable space, which is that. And it says when it moves, it patrols, yeah. So that means there's 3 different types of movement. So if it patrols, it means you move towards certain locations, and it will move towards the unstable space and engage the highest influence, the player with the highest influence. Right? Okay. So it will tell you how they move on the card. Yeah. If it says hunter right on the card, the monsters move towards and engage specific investigator. So it'll be like it'll say that the investigator with the most clue tokens will be investigator with the highest strength, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. And if it's a lurker, then they don't move, but they cause some other negative effect. Okay. Engaged monsters don't attack and they can't move. Right. So if you're engaged with a monster that's in front of you, they don't move. All they want to do is kill you. Okay. So once monsters have moved, they will deal damage and horror to the investigator it is engaged with. So if I was engaged with this robed figure, it would do 1 damage, which is down the bottom there. Yeah, there might be sanity on the other side, so that's called horror. I don't know why they do that. They just call it sanity, aren't they? But yeah, so this will do 1 damage to me, regardless of if we don't roll dice or anything like that. There we go. And then each exhausted monster then ready. So if any monster is like that, then it will become ready. Right, that's the monster phase. Okay, so after that you've got the encounter phase. So you'll draw and resolve an encounter matching your space unless you are engaged with a monster. So if you've got a monster in front of you, more than 1 monster, then you might do an encounter. But if you're not, you'll look at the area that you're in. Each area's got a deck. Take the top deck, look at the segment that you're in.
Yeah.
The person on your left will read the cards here, but they won't. They'll stop at the point where you've got to make a decision. So they won't tell you what happens to you. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they won't tell you that. So they'll go, you walk into a chip shop, you know, and blah, blah, blah. Do you want to order fish and chips or a saveloy? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you'll go, I have a saveloy. And they go, whatever.
Saveloy choked you.
Yeah. Cthulhu saveloy. Yeah. Right? No, let's say back. The weirdos. Yeah.
What, that's spam?
Yeah, the spam. What was I saying?
That's tabloid.
Counter.
No,
Fish and chips.
no,
Yeah.
call that. Rewind.
So where'd you get fish and chips from?
But the story card thing, you make a decision. So one on your left would be
Oh,
the
right,
card.
yeah, encounter cards, yeah.
I've never had a
No.
Never had-
Not.
No, I haven't. No,
Alright.
it just look.
Oh, okay. It's salty.
General store.
Good story.
Mm.
General store. Multi-pack.
Oh, you can still get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Apparently the butcher's Eastern Road just sells some.
Yeah.
No, he did.
Right, so the monsters will move, they'll move at the speed, so this one will move 2 spaces, depending on, like I said, according to the thing. Alright.
That's like a story about sabloids.
Right, so each engaged monster will attack, and then you'll be right. So we know how the monster phase works. Oh, we're on the encounter phase, aren't we? Yeah.
Please.
So
Yes, please.
after resolving an encounter, right? There's with the encounter deck, you'll see there's clues on the board already, right? And you'll see in the event deck, when I spawned these clues, yeah, go on, when I spawned these clues, you've got to take the front card from that deck and shuffle it into the top 2 cards of the corresponding deck, because they're different. The event cards are different, right?
Okay.
So when you go to a specific location, right, you may pull out one of the event cards that's been shuffled in.
Yeah.
In which case you'll be able to, it'll give the option of trying to do a test to get the clue that's on the space. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So those cards,
A special.
they're specific to our mission or whatever.
Those cards refer to these clues.
Okay.
Right? When I put this here,
Yeah.
when I put this here, I took the top card out of the deck, right? It just so happened to be Rivertown. Put the clue on Rivertown and shuffled that card into the encounter deck. The event deck and the encounter deck are different, right? The event deck look dark green. The other ones look different. Okay, so if I went to Rivertown, there's a 1 in 3 chance I'll be able to pull the clue card out. If not, it'll be a regular encounter. Okay? Every time we spawn clues, you'll be pulling cards out and they'll spawn in that location. You'll take that card and shuffle it into that deck, into the top 2 cards. Right?
Yeah.
Makes sense?
We're just looking at each
You
other.
don't need to really know about it.
Well, you've got to
Yeah, I
have a
know what
mind just.
We'll cover it when it happens. happens. Yeah.
It's just one of the mechanics that will happen anyway. You don't need to understand that much. Right. Right. Once you've had your encounter, you put the card on the bottom of the deck. And if you go in a clue from your neighbourhood, discard the card face up to the event deck discard pile. So if you do pull an event card out of that deck and you resolve it, and you successfully gain a clue, chuck it on the discard pile, because that card, the segment on that card with the doom token will become the unstable space. Right? Right. So now we've got the mythos phase. So each investigator will take their turn to 2 mythos tokens.
How many are in there?
There's 14. Right? So I've drawn they're blanks.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Shoot blanks. Right?
So they're good. Blanks are good.
Blanks are good. Right? So this is what's in the deck. This one will tell you to draw a headline card. Right?
Yep.
Can I see that?
The paper.
All right.
Right? You'll take the top card of that. You'll do what it says, and it's probably going to be bad.
Oh, nice.
Any good ones in there?
I don't know, Dave. Probably not. Game wants to kill you, doesn't it? So.
You know, I got a typewriter.
Yeah. You're going to be cannon fodder. Right. So this one, this token here, will spread doom. Right? You'll discard the bottom card of the event deck, which is the side, face side, yeah, you'll discard that. And you'll place 1 doom token on the card marked with that icon. So like we said, there's a segment on the card with that, and you'll put doom on there. Right? Remember we said that if there's 3 doom tokens on 1 segment or 5 on the whole thing, the anomaly goes on it, and that's bad news.
How do you get rid of these?
You've got to do the ward action.
The ward action.
Yeah. Right? So this one here, this flying Cthulhu geezer, that's spawn monster. So you'll draw the bottom card of the monster deck, which is over there by Steve. Right? And you'll place it where it tells you. And if the spawn text has got a keyword prey, then that is the investigator that it moves towards when activated. Okay?
Yep.
So this one shows you the spawner clue. So you'll take the top card of that deck and you'll place the clue token in the centre of the corresponding neighbourhood. So the next clue is going to spawn in East Town, right? Because we always take the clues over there. Right, gate burst. You pull this out. Take the top card of the event deck, it's got that symbol on it, and you'll place a doom token in each of the corresponding neighbourhoods. And you'll shuffle the card and the entire event discard pile together and place them on the bottom of the deck. So that's pretty bad, isn't it? Right. So so you'll take the top card of that and then you put a doom token in every space that's listed on that card. It's pretty bad. Right, this one's the reckoning. Right, and you resolve all reckoning effects. So you'll see that this symbol appears on different things. It appears on here.
I've got one of my cards.
Yeah. So that's when you'll be able to resolve that. If you could read what it does when it's thing.
For each cultist monster, place 1 doom in its space. If it's in a street space, place the doom in an adjacent neighbourhood space instead.
So a cultist, there'll be a monster will have a keyword on it. So this monster here, the keyword is human cultist. Right, so that would trigger the reckoning. The reckoning would trigger that.
Is your audio working? Comment on there about your audio not working.
You switched it on.
I hear any distant murmuring, says Jeremy Garlic.
Garlic. Oh.
Alright.
I can hear that.
What? Humming?
No, what we're saying.
Oh.
But we're on a delay, aren't we?
Oh, I might have changed since then. It's only 20 seconds though. Isn't it?
Alright.
I look for a jumper guy.
Huh?
Oh, Gary.
Gab, Gary, Gary,
Yeah.
Gab.
Got to dig them out, and you now with the
I like
monkey
that. I
crisis.
like that style.
Got
Jumper.
cable.
Yeah, cable, yeah. Mm.
So we count to 10.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Jim,
no,
Jim
don't
Chaos
say.
said audio not working with a question mark as well.
1, 2, 3,
1, 2,
4.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
12.
That sounds like Rumble Blocks.
Sesame Street. Yeah.
Arkham Horror and Hot Girls. Jackpot. So that's talking about Mumsy and Judy there. What's all the hot girls? Arkham Horror and Hot Girls.
Please talk about my wife.
Jackpot. That's Jen Chaos.
You need glasses.
Is it working now?
It hasn't changed. I can still hear it.
Right, it's a little bit delayed, isn't it? Anyway. Right, anyway, yeah, so remnant, you just do all the effects on that, and if you draw a blank, then you'll draw a blank, right? Like,
Addictive.
right, once we've all taken a thing, we'll put them back in the Mythos cup, right? Once they've run out, yes, they'll always all come out to, how many have you got there? 14, so there'll always be 2 left in there, so you draw them and you replenish it.
Right, Jeremy and Jen said it's better. That's still a little bit quiet.
We shall.
Yeah, we'll just project.
Oh, Brian, bless you.
Use your diaphragm, everyone.
It's going to go boom now.
Steve's head.
It's all plugged in, right?
You're well delayed on that. It's,
Yeah, but yeah, I paused it.
End up shouting in your ear when it goes.
Yeah, I see what he means.
you're well delayed. Did you change the volume on that phone?
I just
Fast forward.
put it on forward it, yeah. Just put it in. Cool. Hello.
Never mind. Anyway.
Did you change the volume on the phone?
That's pretty loud.
Oh, just-
Turn your volume up.
Okay, yeah, so we'll replenish the Mythos cup once that's done, right? Best to go to do this in player order. Yeah, so we start with the lead investigator, which is, I don't care who it is.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, and then we'll go around couples, unless you want to be the lead investigator. No? That's right.
You're a bit miffed when I said, yeah, go on now. I'm alpha male around here.
No,
All right.
actually, I'll let go last.
Okay, so there's a few more bits and pieces, right? So items, allies, and spies. Yeah, you could always put them at the bottom of the deck. When you gain an item, you can instead choose from the display. So if the game says gain an item, you can either take it from the item deck or you can take it from the display. But if you go into the shop and you buy one, then you've got to take it from the display, I think. Maybe you don't. All right. Yeah, you'll see that certain items will have hands on them. All right. You can only have items that let you use a maximum of 2 hands, right? I'm going to ask why that is, all right? So if you've got an item that's got 2 hands on it, that's all you can carry, but if they've got 1 hand each, then you can use 2 items.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Yep, so there's no limit to the amount of items you can carry, all right?
One of my spells got a hand on it.
Yep, so you'll be able to use that in
Oh,
combat.
my Chicago typewriter's got 2 hands.
So that's all you can use, because can't.
Okay.
But you could type with 1 hand. Yeah, browse with 1 hand.
My phone got one.
You can use 2 objects in the same turn, as long as you've got.
As long as you don't go over 2 hands.
Yeah.
Alright? Okay. So when casting a spell, you must first suffer the horror indicated at the bottom of the card. But you can spend remnant tokens instead of suffering horror on a 1-to-1 basis. So if the spell you want to cast says you've got to suffer 1 horror, which is add a sanity token to your card, you can spend a remnant token to mitigate that. Okay?
Yep.
You'll see also that items or allies will have strength and sanity as well, and they can absorb some damage as well. But once they go down to 0, but once you put enough tokens on them to match that, they get destroyed and you've got to get rid of them.
Yep.
Right? So my precious memento can take 3 sanity. Right?
My old boiler's got 5 strength.
Like with anomalies, right? You know, we said that you got 3 in 1 bit or 5 on the whole tile. This gets chucked on there. And that means when you have an encounter in that space now, you don't draw from that deck, you draw from the anomalies deck. Okay?
That's not normally good, is it?
If Doom would be placed on one of these spaces, it goes on the Ancient One sheet instead. Both the ward action and anomaly encounters allow you to remove Doom from your space. You only take this off once all the Doom's got removed. Okay? And that's practically it.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So, remind me what focusing a skill is again.
You take one of these tokens,
Mm.
put it on your sheet,
Mm.
and you'll see it will match, those tokens match, the icons match your stats. So you can either add one,
You can have like 1 strength,
Yeah.
so make that 3,
Oh, right.
so,
that sort of thing, yeah.
or you can
Or-
discard that and
Or-
then re-roll a die.
So it's basically adding 1 to.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, so you can. That's what I was asking earlier. Then, so if I did add an observation, and then later on I discarded it or something,
Yeah.
I could then upgrade something else
Yeah.
in its place.
What's your focus score?
3.
So you can have up to 3 different
Yeah.
tokens on there.
I only get
Right.
1.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I meant. Yeah. So you can adjust
Yeah, you
your
can do, yeah.
what you're focused
I thought
on
you meant
throughout the game.
move it around, sort of like, you know.
No.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
No. Okay.
Right, so what you want to do, you want to look on the back of your sheet and you'll see that there is a starting item
Yeah, I've got
that
that.
you've got to have.
Yeah.
And they'll give you a choice.
Yeah.
So I've got a choice of either an astronomy book. Once per round while resolving a test, you may re-roll a number of dice up to the amount of doom in your space. Or I've got the precious memento. After you gain a clue, remove 2 horror from this card. Once per round while resolving a test, you may. Well, it's all you've got to do is just choose one and
Okay, so this says that after you perform a move action, you may deal 2 damage to 1 monster you're engaged with, and 2 damage to this card. So I can only use this like 5 times. I can only have 5 damage, and I have to discard it.
Yeah.
That's what it means. But that one, I don't have to discard it, do I? I can keep that forever.
yes, talent. After you perform a gather resources action, you may test strength.
And what would my test of strength be? I've got 4 dices.
Yeah, so would it be 5 or 6s?
Or 1. So if I threw 4 dices, I'd need a 5 or a 6.
What's focus
What's
limit? Law.
No,
Can I do that every?
focus limit's the amount of
What-
tokens you can have.
What I mean is, can I do that every time?
What does it say on the card?
It doesn't say discard or anything. It just says talent.
Yeah, does it say once per,
It says after you perform a
gather resources action, so that would be the one where you gather $1. You may test your strength and gain 2 resources. You'll gain 2 resources.
I can do that every time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's best to keep that. That one will go eventually, whereas this one I can keep all the
Yeah.
time. Money's important, isn't it? You buy
It'll only be discarded if you decide to put damage on it.
Oh, okay.
It's up to you.
Alright, I'm going to keep that one.
The 3 sanity means once I've got 3 sanity, I can't do this anymore.
Instead of you taking the sanity, you can put it on your money talks card.
Oh, that's
Right.
good then. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
So
can
once,
give money.
once it's got 3 sanity on it, it goes away.
You can give money to whoever you want.
If you're on the same space.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I can keep that
I'm
one.
going to discard this one.
Joke.
Mine's increase your focus limit by 1, or other investigators in your space get 1 + 1 in each skill you have focused. Or you roll 1 additional die while resolving a book or observation test if you are at or above your focus limit.
What one you got, Keith?
This is what I've got to.
Which one you want to get rid of?
Which one would be better? That would not be good. Someone else in this space.
Take a punt.
Mm.
What are you having?
Well, I've got 2 here. I've got one called Sophie's Portrait, which I quite fancy. Once per round, while resolving a test, you may suffer 1 damage to re-roll 1 die or all dice. When you use your dogged ability, what's that? I don't know what that is. This item recovers 1 sanity. All right.
So you've all got special abilities.
And this one is War of Attrition. At the end of your turn, you may suffer any amount of direct damage till damage equal to 1 less than that amount to each monster engaged with you. But I quite fancy this one.
All right. So give me the one you don't. Sure, that's the one. What's the one you got, Keith?
This one. That's 1-man army.
What do we just rattle through one?
Okay, right.
Have you got rid of your one?
Yeah, I have,
Right.
yeah.
Gary, which one?
Get rid of that one. Have a-
Yeah, so everyone's got a special ability, so we'll just quickly run through them before we do the
Yeah.
thingies. So I've got 2 of the stars. After you remove 2 or more doom from your space, you may suffer 1 horror to research 1 clue. Right? Good. Sure.
Sorry, what's
Special
that?
ability.
Special ability? What, the dogged thing?
Well, yeah.
Right, okay. At the start of your turn, if you're delayed, you may focus 1 skill of your choice or recover 1 sanity. And then underneath it's got steadfast. You may perform the attack action any number of times per round.
That's what we've got to tell you, is you can only do each action once. You can't repeat the action, so you can't attack
Yeah.
twice.
So it's on there.
Yeah.
So I could do
You can attack twice and
any number of times, it says.
you only get 2 actions.
Right.
Right?
I am Preston Fairmont, the millionaire.
Ooh.
At the start of your turn, you may spend $1 to recover 1 health or 1 sanity. I can also, with these special abilities here, I can, when resolving a test, I can spend $1 to re-roll a die, and I can do that any number of times per test. Pretty good. And also family inheritance. Absolutely, yeah. Family inheritance. Reckoning. No, when I perform the gather resources action, I place an additional $2 on this card, and I can't spend it, or it's just basically locked on there. When there's a reckoning, I gain $1 and all the money on the card.
Right.
You know, it's like a little savings account.
Mm.
A bit like that.
Get one of those like porcelain pigs.
Yeah.
Ah,
I'm Agnes Baker, the waitress. So I've got blood casting. You may suffer damage instead of horror whilst casting a spell. And blood is power. While casting a spell, if you suffer damage or spend remnants, you get +2 law. Focus limit is 2. And my other things, I've got heirloom of Hyperborea, which is item magical curio. After you cast a spell, you may focus 1 skill of your choice. And I've got Storm of Spirits, which is a spell. You may test law in place of strength as part of an attack action. The monster's attack modifier still applies.
Right, Michael McGlynn, the mobster. Out for revenge. After you defeat a monster as part of an attack action, you may recover 1 sanity or focus 1 skill of your choice. I've only got a focus limit of 1 though, so it's a bit unique. Chicago typewriter, which is a common weapon, is a Tommy gun basically. You get +4 strength as part of an attack action. And after you perform a gather resource action, you may test strength. If you pass, you get $2.
Nice.
Karen, did you read yours out, Barry?
Yeah, you must have been asleep.
I must have been.
Think about
I
cake.
didn't even know.
Good night.
Chocolate.
Didn't even talk.
Tabloid.
I'm just
Yeah, just not
thinking,
going much further into that.
What are you?
Tabloid winning.
What are you? Secretary.
I was saying that, it's quite hard.
Min
Minty
Tai Fi.
fan all around you once per round. While resolving a test, you or another investigator in your space may re-roll dice up to the number of clues in your neighbourhood. Do I have to read my things out? And I've got king in yellow, item, curio tomb. Once per round, after you suffer 1 or more horror, you may research 1 clue. Brackets, place it on the scenario sheet. And talent innate. Increase your focus limit by 1. Other investigators in your space get +1 to each skill you have focused.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay. So should we begin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hooray.
It says here, so we've got to read both these.
And later.
Yeah. Anomalies. People walk with their heads down, shoulders hunched. It's a bit of work. With each new oddity, it becomes harder to pretend nothing is wrong. But the vanishings, the strange lights, the sightings of inhuman creatures, definitely don't work. They are not something that can be ignored, at least not for long. So it says here, it's got a reckonings token. So this goes into the codex.
Yeah.
It's just like a sort of imaginary box of stuff. So when there's a reckoning, when the space has 3 doom or a neighbourhood has a total of 5 doom, place an anomaly in that thing. We know that. If an additional doom was to be placed in a neighbourhood with an anomaly, place it on the scenario sheet instead. We know that. If you resolve an encounter, you've got to take the anomaly deck. When a neighbourhood has 0 doom, remove the anomaly. We know that. Right, deja vu. The day dawns, the colour of hammered lead with a stillness and chill that settles over the gabled roofs of Arkham and lingers. As you go through the morning routine, you cannot shake the feeling of having done it before. The same breakfast, the same headlines in the newspaper, warning of disappearances and odd goings on. A note in your handwriting reading, "The demon Sultan approaches, meet at the train station." So when there are 3 or more clues on the scenario sheet and neither 4 or 7 are in the, and neither cards 4 or 7 are in the codex, add card 4 to the codex. Okay. So what we got to do, we got to get 3 clues on the scenario sheet, and then that we got to make sure card 7's not in it, not in the codex. And then we add card 4 to the codex, and then that will tell us what to do next. Okay. And there was a reckoning effect here. It says when there's 3 or more doom on the scenario sheet, flip this card, and I'm assuming something bad will happen.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Okay.
And that's a reckoning. We do that in the reckoning phase. All right.
Right.
So what we're trying to do, we're trying to get three clue tokens onto the sheet, and then that will allow us to progress the story. All right. But when there's 3 or more doom on the scenario sheet, flip this card. Okay. Right. You want to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different.
We need to get these 3 clues, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, there's one here already.
Yeah. So I think what I'll do, what's the ward action? Is that
I
law?
want to fight monsters.
Mm.
I think what I'll do, I'm going to move to that doom token. If you could search through the bidder.
Okay.
Yeah.
The circle in the middle is not a space, is it? It's just 3 spaces. Yeah.
Yes, the ones round.
The circle is just telling you what the
Yeah.
district
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Right, and I'll do the ward action. Right, so I'll roll.
What's that for law, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so I'll roll 3 dice, so I need 1 success.
What's a success?
5 or 6.
5
or 6.
So I've succeeded. So
Right.
I'll take that doom token off,
Where's it go?
chuck it back in the pile.
Doom.
A bit.
Right. And if I had done 2 or more of them, then yeah. Then oh, crap.
You gain 1 then.
So do you have to take both your turns consecutively?
Yeah.
So you can take 1, then someone else can take their first. And...
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Right, so that's my 2 actions. So I'll turn that over, and it's up to who wants to go next.
I'll go. Well, I don't want to go.
Oh, sometimes you might see the word action on one of your cards or in your player sheet, and that means you could do what it says on your thing. So I've got a spell here, so that as an action I could test my law. If I pass, I can move to space of your choice with 1 or more doom. So I sort of basically open up a portal and then fly through it.
Or to just go anywhere on the map.
With the doom token, yeah.
Oh, cool.
I can research.
So how do you get these items again at the top?
You've got to go, wait, see, do you see these different
Symbols, yeah.
segments?
Yeah.
These symbols here,
Mm-hmm.
right, they tell you what type of skill is more likely to happen, and this tells you what you're going to get. Right, so there
Okay.
should be like a shop, I can't remember.
Curiosity shop.
Oh, right, okay.
So you can go there,
What shop?
but that will happen,
Curiosity
that'll happen
shop.
in an encounter.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know what the other.
How do we get, who's best for getting this clue?
Well, there's an event card shuffled into the north side deck. It will appear on the
Oh, yeah.
top 3 cards.
Tell you what, I'm going to go.
Go on.
Is that 1
Yeah.
place?
Yeah.
2 place, and I'll do the board. So I've got 4
4
law.
dice. You should
Four.
do that easy. 4 dices. Go, go. Yes,
Yeah.
2.
3. Right, that goes away.
That wasn't 2 on it, was it?
Oh, so scary go.
I'm going to go 1, 2, and I could spend another one. I can spend
Yeah.
thing to go an extra 1
Yep.
into this one. Is that 2?
There's 2 in there, yeah.
1 action. Let's see.
There's a monster
Oh, yeah.
in there as well, isn't there?
Yeah, see, I think you become engaged, don't you?
Engaged to a monster.
Get stuck in. Get stuck in. Going
Right,
down.
make a
You
big
should let me
engaged
fight.
monsters.
Let me fight. I can.
Oh, you can go down. Oh, yeah. Maybe I should have done
If
that.
you move into a space with a ready monster that engages you, move the monster card and place it.
Take it back.
That's right.
Right, so that's now turn it over.
Yeah.
That will now be your friend. Right, so you've still got an action.
Engaged to it now.
Okay.
What, you don't fight?
Actually, I think that your movement is over. I think once you've done that.
All right.
Oh, we didn't fight any.
I think you have to fight for the thing. You can still go there. I will fight
I
with
can't help you.
Yeah.
So your movement's over. You've still got an action. I think.
I do believe.
Steve only moved twice.
Yeah.
And picked up a card.
I don't remember. We said if you engage with a monster, you can only do focus, attack, and evade.
Okay.
So you might as well try and do them over. Is it?
So attack.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
What's his,
I've got maintain. I'm going for a scrap maintain.
Range choices.
So which sort of
Strength.
No, it note down.
Strength.
Anymore then, really.
there's no maintain.
What does it say? So is there any modifiers on there?
On the card.
Strength -0. Observation -0. So no, I'll take that. I mean,
No. So
No.
you need 1 success.
yay,
Right.
just.
Close.
So he's done over.
Right.
He goes on the top of the monster deck. Right? But there's no remnant token, so he
Does he
get
Like that way around?
No,
So you can see him.
no, it goes on the other side. That's it.
So far, so good then.
That was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go next. Margaret, Gavin.
Well, there's no monsters to fight, is
So
there?
that's my turn over.
One
here.
M.
Yeah, it's too far away then. I could move towards it,
How
come
much
on.
cash you got?
3, I don't want to spend it all though.
You could come here.
Yeah.
You could trade, do something, whatever.
Where's me? Oh, there it is.
You can add it if there was a little sheet that told you what these
Move
I
to
don't know.
replace
actually
one.
do, because you
No,
can't see it, really, can you?
So, yeah. So I'm in here now.
Mhm.
So do we read that, do we? I think we do encounter there, don't we?
That's when everyone's taking their actions. You do an encounter and gain cane.
So that's the end of my go.
What did you do?
I just went 1, 2.
Still got another action.
You got 2 actions, so you got 1 more to go.
Oh.
Spend £1. What's your law?
No, it's 2. It's not very good. That's why I don't want to do it.
Get some more money. You could do a focus if you wanted. Bump up one of your stats.
No, but you know what I mean, what actually, you know, a little sheet just,
Yeah.
I can't see half of it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So we have the counters. We have the counters later.
Yeah.
After everyone's go.
Okay. So I get focus token.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I'll
want to
pick
do
whatever I
choices?
want.
Yep. Yeah, it's difficult to see it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean, I wouldn't know,
You want a list of all the different locations. It tells you what
what you can get from
you
going
did.
there.
I did have a cheat sheet somewhere.
Margaret, do you want to go next?
Yeah.
Because
okay.
otherwise I can't, I don't know where
Yeah.
I'm going.
I know what you mean.
Just having a wander.
Just having a stroll.
Hmm.
Ramsey Bowl.
Messenger at me.
Yeah.
Is that? That's me
Yeah,
there.
let's
isn't
just
it?
take a photo of
So I'll
it
go
and
here.
just blow it up. Go.
Pick a focus.
I had to take a photo of Cam T's menu the other day.
Which
Put
is
the
the
prices
focus one? Is it
Got the
focus?
prices up.
Is that
For
it?
the first
First
time
time
in
ever?
20
Is that
years or
focus?
whatever.
What,
No,
that's
it's more.
Oh, it's still £1.20.
Focus one.
No,
Focus.
£3.90.
No, focus is one of them. It's actually one of
You
these.
still go Cam too, come on.
Where's that?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Anyone
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want.
Oh, I see, right.
Oh,
It's
Oh, I've
like
only got
one
one
of
law,
these.
so I'll have another
Got
law.
chicken
Yeah.
and king prawn curry.
How much is it now?
With rice. It's £3.90 now.
Quid.
Blaming the energy prices.
Oh, everything's gone up. Every time I go shopping, everything just goes up week by week. I don't think it's
So that's
shopping
right.
anymore. You just moved and got a token.
Right, you're going
I
to
think I've got observation
Yeah.
in that room. My observation's 3.
so 3 dice. Need a 5 or a 6.
Go, Judy, go. What are you doing?
Observation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm researching, you know.
Oh, right.
Research.
Yeah. Research. Yeah.
Research.
Place clues equals to- Yeah.
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 Not well.
Why not?
There.
Yay. So this goes on to here, yeah?
No, it goes here and
Oh, does it?
and then it goes there.
Did-
I researched
Yeah.
and I got 2 6s.
They did an observation.
No. You've got to, no. You can only do that if you've got the clue on your adventure sheet.
How do you get the clue on
You've
there?
got to pull out. You've got to have an encounter, and hopefully you pull out the event card from the deck, and then
Oh.
pass the test that's on the event card. Put that goes on there, and then you do your
So what
research.
do I do?
Well, you've got to wait to have an encounter to try and get that.
Oh,
Yeah. So what did you do?
She stayed there.
Yeah.
I
Doesn't it?
thought I could
So the-
research.
But she
No.
wants to try and get this, so she better stay there or go to the shop.
Well, if you want to, yeah, you've got to hopefully pull the encounter, the event card out of the deck. If you want to do that.
The event card.
Yeah, in that deck, when you have an encounter, there's, because a clue is on there, I took a card out of the event deck and shuffled it into there.
Right.
So you take the top 2 cards out, shuffle the event card into the 2 encounter cards, and then you've got 1 in 3 chance of pulling out the event card that will allow you to pass a test that will allow you to put it on there.
So we haven't had an encounter phase yet, so that's probably why.
It's stupid.
When we have an encounter phase in a
So that's
minute.
everybody's moved then.
No, Julie hasn't.
Third.
The
moved.
way to get the clue is to have an encounter and hopefully you pull out the event card. Right?
Yeah.
That's what the
So,
research is on there.
You can move if you want.
What Julie's
or
done. She said
Don't
she
wanna
did
have to
the
tell
Yeah, you
that.
can't do it.
Ah.
Up to you. You can move to the
But having
shop.
an encounter.
Go to the shopping.
Go to the shop if you do a bit of shopping.
Get some. You could get some cash.
Or
Or
Treat yourself to a little something.
you've got another action, so you could.
So what? So that's cash for a key. So what does that mean?
Paying money for one of those
So
objects.
move.
Oh, that's an object, is it?
Yeah, I think so. 'Cause the logo's on the
The key
back
is
of
a
the-
curio item.
Right.
Now what we'll do, I've moved then to next door.
You've got to take another action. So there's no monsters. So you could gather a resource, get a quid, you could focus.
I'll focus then, it's my strength. I'll get some muscle.
Focus limit 2.
Focus.
Says there.
Where? Oh, 2.
Yes,
So
we
we're
all
all,
have 2 of
flip-
those.
we're all done. We're all taking our
We're all done.
turns, yeah. Cool.
That's
All
it.
done.
Just move next door.
Everyone's taken all actions. Okay, so it's a monster action. So each monster, yeah, usually it moves. So each engaged monster, right? So we move these monsters first. So this robed figure, it will move towards the unstable space. So if you look at that card there,
That was Independence Square.
right? So it'll move 2 by the shortest route.
Where's Independence Square?
It is here.
Oh.
So there, go 1, 2. It's moving towards.
Crumbs.
I get it.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm fighting.
And then
I need back up.
each engaged monster deals damage to and horror to the investigator's engagement. So you've got you engaged. No, you beat
No, I
it.
defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Consider that a divorce.
Engagement.
And then each exhausted monster readies. Right. So there's no exhausted monsters.
Julie?
Okay. So then we have an encounter phase.
Hang on. Oh, go on.
You
I'll do
draw
it.
and resolve an encounter matching your space. So I don't know. Where am I? Just do mine first.
Yeah, go.
So I'm in the north side. If you give me the north side card, right? And you want to read, where am I exactly?
Arkham.
Advertiser.
I read me the Arkham advertiser section. But
Don't
don't read the conclusion, or just go up to the option.
Right. Minnie Klein, a spirited reporter, leans closer. Yeah, leans closer
No,
conspiratorially.
let's use one of these magnifying glasses instead.
Not a hot tip for me. Come on. Come on, friend, let it slip. You may spend one clue or one remnant to tell her about your findings. If you do, she asks
Oh.
you. Right, okay.
Stop, stop, stop.
Is that it?
Well, I've
Right.
got you. So no, you read the no bit.
No.
Read the negative part. So it says if you do, but I didn't. So read the if you didn't bit.
Where's the negative bit then?
So the first part would be the if you do.
Right.
Is there no?
She hasn't.
Can't see a negative one.
There isn't. There isn't a negative one.
No, I don't.
It just says if you do.
No.
Right. So I
So if
don't.
you don't, nothing happens.
So nothing happens.
Mm.
That goes.
Hang on a minute, what's at the bottom? If you pass.
No, you're only reading
No,
the
that's-
second.
Right,
yeah.
okay. Right.
Just
No,
put
there
that
isn't
on
one.
the deck.
Yeah.
The reason you don't
What's the point
you
of
don't
that?
read out the conclusions because there's not many cards in.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right.
So the first
Next.
part is the thing that's
Okay.
happened,
Mm.
and then you're given a choice as to whether you do A or B,
Gary, have you got your cup?
but you don't know what the
Mm.
you know
you
because
know.
you're reading it, but Matt wouldn't know
Mm.
what the result would be
Okay,
of his
next.
decision.
Right, so there
Downtown.
isn't a if you don't.
On that yeah, on that
Yeah.
station there wasn't.
Arkham.
Yeah.
Arkham Asylum.
Right. The nurse speaks to you soothingly. I have your medication, dear. Make sure that you drink every drop. You may spend $1 for you and or an ally to recover 2 sanity. If you do, the concoction has lasting effects and you become driven.
I haven't got any sanity to say nothing happens.
No.
So you weren't supposed to read that if you do, but were you?
Oh yeah.
Or were you?
No.
No.
No, I wasn't.
Right, Gary?
So yeah, we don't have.
Universal. Which one's this? That one.
River Docks.
So it's the top
No, which one are you?
Universal Isle.
Yeah, on the woman.
Unvisited Isle.
I'm gonna
I can read it to you.
have an encounter. Oh, right. What?
Well, you're having the encounter now. He's about to read it to you.
Golden butterflies land on the branches of the surrounding trees and spin the countless cocoons. You may become delayed to watch what happens next.
You want to become delayed?
So you can either delay and watch or not. Choice is yours.
That's an encounter card.
Read it
What?
again.
That's a clue card. Right, see, look.
Say it again.
Yeah, so you can become delayed, but that's an event card. Right, so this is a good way to get a clue. So you can become delayed to watch what happens next.
So I read to you again. Golden butterflies land on the branches of the surrounding trees and spin their countless cocoons. You may become delayed to watch what happens next. So you either want to watch them or you don't. That's a good way to get a clue.
So if I'm delayed, what happens?
Means next turn, you become undelayed. You only be able to take one action.
But we do need a clue, don't we?
What's the?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like there's any benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be if you do or if you don't.
There'll be a benefit if you do.
But you don't know what the benefit is until you decide. So you got to decide, and then you find out what the benefit is.
Yeah, go on then.
If you do, they hatch into a swarm of red and black caterpillars. You gain one clue from your neighbourhood and one remnants.
Good.
To get the
So you
clues.
get
So I'll
the clue.
get that.
Yeah.
And you get one of them.
Right.
Okay, so now you could do a research action and chuck it on there. So that goes on the bottom of the deck. Right. And what,
That's pretty cool. So you make your decision, but you don't find out if it's,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
if it's the right decision until
So I can do research. What is that?
we're still doing the event phase now.
Yeah.
The encounter phase.
In the next action phase, you could do a research action, which is an observation check to chuck that clue on the sheet. Remember, we need like 3 clues on there to.
So it's Steve and Margaret? Well, she doesn't go, she's not here. So.
That
No.
remnant token,
That's the
it's what was it for again?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Ooh,
Oh my word.
That looks like that's going to knock me out. That.
who said you getting it?
Yes.
Thank you.
Where are you, Margaret? Which one are you again? Oh, you're this one.
Yeah.
Shall we read your
I'm
one
a
out?
soldier.
River Downs.
River Docks.
Oh, dogs.
It's really upside down, is how
Yeah, and it's upside down. Can't see it probably because the glasses aren't focusing.
Okay. So this one's for you, Margaret. You bump into Abner Weems, the local drunk. He cries and tells you how his wife and daughter were taken away by a horrible bat-like creature with 3 burning eyes. You may become delayed to console him. So yes or no, basically.
Yeah, well,
So if you do, he gives you something before he passes out. You gain 1 common item.
Right, so you can either take it from the display or you can take it from the top of the deck.
One of these.
ooh,
So, painkiller. An elder sign amulet once per round. If 2 or more horrors would be dealt to this card, prevent one of the horrors. You gain +1 observation as part of a research action. You get +3 lore while casting a spell. Are you a spell caster?
no, I'm a soldier.
Or a pocket watch, you may perform 1 additional action during a turn. But she has to pay for it, that's $6.
Wow.
You get it for free.
Well, if you've given it to
I was
me.
given it to you,
Right.
so that's worth 6. That's quite expensive.
Pocket watch.
Pocket watch is very
Extra action.
extra
It's
action.
insane.
Is that every turn?
It's insane here.
Can I have a look?
Is that every turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, $6 as well.
You sure you get to choose? And then you don't just get one blind from the deck.
So there.
I definitely don't have to pay for it then.
No,
She's given it to
You
me.
can't
I'll have
afford
that
to
one.
anyway. can you?
It's silly passing that up. Isn't
If you say it was.
it? Always help a drunk.
What are you saying about Matthew?
Oh, got some more wine for you.
Right.
It's ginger wine though.
I'm
It's
right.
got
Oh,
a bit
I
of a
love
burn.
Even better.
Do I,
It's about 4 years old, so it's sort of matured quite well.
do I put another card here, Matthew?
Yeah.
From the top?
Yeah.
How much have you got? Because I have some
Nine.
cooking.
You get plus
Oh,
one
damage.
strength as part of an attack.
Oh, there might be another one. Yeah, what was I saying about?
Whether or not you take it from the top. Whether or not you take it from one of these, or you just
I
take
was
it
just
from
thinking, hang on. Display. When you gain writing, you can instead choose one from the display, replacing it from the deck.
Yeah.
If you are instructed to buy them from the display, you must spend the money. Yes, you don't.
You gave it to her. What a card!
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Right, Judy's go, I think. Or is it,
She's
What?
last go.
or is it, you going to go, Steve?
No, me or Judy.
Right, go, Steve. Then. Judy's not here.
Okay. So I'm downtown.
Is it Gary?
So if you could just read me out the Independent Square section, that'd be great. Whenever you're ready, no rush.
Very nice cake.
Right.
Is that homemade one?
It is a homemade one.
Yeah.
So,
Very nice.
yeah.
Right.
No.
And I can't even say that word. Ephemeral man.
Ephemeral.
Ephemeral.
What does that mean? Well, no.
Yeah.
John Inman. Popular, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Wheels falling off.
Yeah, we're going up.
An ephemeral man. Never actually seen that word written down. In a cheap, mouldy smelling suit,
Mm.
waves you over. Looks like he could use a bit of help from him.
Got it.
His yellowed teeth look like they are about to fall out of his head. You may buy any number of common items from the display. If you buy anything, the man's smile becomes unsettlingly wild. Don't forget this, gain the 9 of rods.
Do that part.
Oh,
you're not
I'm not meant to say
no,
that,
you're not meant
am
to
I?
say do the effect. But if you do, that might be sort of a negative effect. You don't
Yeah.
like that.
I will.
So-
I've got cash, so I'm going to buy. I wanted to buy the. Oh no, I can't. I've got enough. So I have to pay the price that's
I
on
think
it.
you could take one from the top of the deck, I believe. See if you can buy it. I don't know.
He said buy, didn't you?
Oh, thank you, Judy.
He's selling an item, so basically he's.
Buy. Well, to buy an open spell means spend money equals the card value. See if I can display. It says after an effect allows you to buy from the display, if you could not choose to buy, could not or choose not to buy anything, you may discard up to 2 cards from the display.
Okay. I'll buy something.
Do you know what ephemeral means?
Don't know.
An ephemeral person is having a brief duration or lifespan, only living or existing for one day.
So like a tsetse flies, if they're
Ghost,
ephemeral.
like a ghost
Right.
or a dead-looking person.
I'm going to buy this sort of spell, occult scripture. So I pay 3 for that.
Okay, and I replace it, replenish it.
And what do I gain?
A
If
40.
you buy anything, the man's smile becomes unsettlingly wild. Don't forget this, gain the 9 of rods.
What's that?
A? What's that mean?
Well, that's a special way.
Here.
Pass me that orange deck. Sounds like a tarot card, doesn't it?
Yeah.
9 of rods, yeah.
9 of rods.
Sounds like some instrument of torture.
What sort of torture?
What sort of rods?
What do they do?
These are special cards.
And you use them when?
You get them there.
When you're rodding something.
What a rig.
I'm blocking drains.
Even there. Oh, the ace of rods.
9 of rods.
It must be in there then.
9 of rods.
Have you got a list of it in your book?
Sounds like a spell or something, maybe. Maybe you have to collect a set or something.
You may buy any number of common items from the display. And is it an uncommon item?
That's common, green common. So you can buy
Oh.
one of these.
Oh, I have done already.
No, Gary's going.
No,
No,
no.
Oh,
it's
no.
still
Just reading it
trying to
out.
result.
So I would say it must be an uncommon item.
Yeah.
So where
Oh,
are
there
the
are some 9 of rods. It's a special item. Let me see what it does.
rods? 9.
Item curio. While resolving a test, after you spend a focus token to re-roll a die, if you have no focus tokens remaining, roll 1 additional die.
What do I do with this?
Stick
Go
it
to
at
the
the bottom
Goes
of it.
Downtown.
So be to the bottom
What
of
was
the
I
thing.
meant to do?
Downton Abbey.
And now we got to do
Okay.
Go down the counter.
Right, Julie.
counter.
Was I meant to read anything from the left or something?
No,
Yeah, but we did it for her. Right, Julie is the. So she is in Curiosity Shop.
North side.
Matthew.
The curiosity. Terracotta busts from Babylon, whispers Oliver Thomas, the owner. Incense from Nineveh. Carved soapstone creatures fished from the waters of Malta. Tell me what you're looking for, and I'll take a look in the back. Remember, you may buy any number of curio items from the display.
Is that one?
No, from the
I see.
display.
Oh,
But it's got a curio written on it.
there you go.
They're all curios.
You've got to buy them.
They've got curios written on
What
it.
up here?
Yeah, they'll say like above.
Yeah, that one's curio.
You can buy any number of curio items from the display.
So there's actually only one anyway.
So that thing you bought,
That's
common,
curio,
was
isn't
it?
it?
The first thing I bought was a common item.
These two. Well, how much are they?
So all the green cards are common items,
Oh, right.
and all the
There's-
yellow ones are the
There's
special
a
items.
Mystic Tomb, which is worth 4, which I can't afford.
Right, knife.
Or a
Only-
knife.
It's only $1. The
You
knife.
get 1 plus 1 strength as part of an attack action.
Chuck that back on the deck stick. Right, replenish.
Which card do we get?
This one. We have 45 Thompson.
Ooh.
This is +5. Oh, I only got a +4 one.
Someone's
Does that
looking
mean 4 dices? 5 dices?
Better gun.
So I get 8 dices to try.
No, because you get it's a
at
two-handed
two-handed
item.
weapon.
You can only use one or the
Yeah,
other.
yeah, but mine's +4.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You can only
You
use
can
one.
only
or the
use you can only get a maximum of 2 hands on icons, yeah.
Yeah.
What, have we all had an encounter?
other. Yes, we have.
Briefly.
Yeah.
Right, so we now do, nobody was engaged with whatsoever, no, so now we each draw 2 mythos tokens
Mm.
in order.
Maybe we should do the encounters in order next time as well.
You can do them in any order. you
Never
want.
happened
Oh, really?
Yeah. Clue token, right.
Is there an advantage to doing it in?
Well, I
Suppose
suppose
you
you
have to
could
draw
sort
2 now.
you do,
strategically.
I'll do one first,
Given you don't know what any of them are going to be anyway. So.
see what you could have won. Right, so what we do is spawn 1 clue by taking the top card of the event deck, right, and placing 1 clue token in the area in the centre of the corresponding neighbourhood. Then take that card and the top 2 cards of the corresponding neighbourhood deck, shuffle those together, right? So
Take
this one, yeah, so a clue token.
Where's
is
it
gonna-
go?
It's going to go in each town. Then you take the top 2 cards of each town,
And then
shuffle
shuffle
them
them
all
in.
together and put them back on top of the deck. So that the way of getting that clue is to
Yeah.
get that card that we just shuffled in there out,
Mhm.
resolve it, correctly, and then you'll be able to do a research action to get it and put it on your thing. Right? Oh, another one. It's a headline. You draw this.
Uh-oh.
Full moon linked to an aberrant or aberrant.
Abhorrent.
That's horror.
Abhorrent,
No,
yeah.
aberrant
Ooh.
behaviour. I think someone in this game swallowed a thesaurus, hasn't they? Right. This month's double full moon especially bad. No scientific explanation available by Minnie Klein, staff writer of Arkham Mass. Minnie Klein, she appears somewhere else.
Yeah, in the
Right.
shop.
Headline
Advertising.
rumour. Add this card to the codex and discard all other rumour headlines. And if there's a reckoning, each investigator each investigator who fails suffers 2 horror. Then any investigator may spend 1 clue to discard this card. Right, so that sucks. So yeah, so the reckoning comes out. Oh no, let's do it. Yeah. Assume will do. Yeah, so that's a reckoning effect. So if that comes out, we've all got to do a will test. And if you fail, you have to put 2 horror onto your thing. Okay. And there's through will do cardinal nostalgia. Right. So that's that.
Thanks.
Oh, that's
Derby.
a monster search type thing, isn't it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, gate burst. Resolve gate burst by taking the top card of the event deck, placing 1 doom token in each space of the corresponding neighbourhood. Right, so that's going to be that one. Take the top card out of the thing. Yeah,
Downtown.
put it face up on that discard pile.
There.
Yeah, there. Put it face up.
Oh, it's
And then
changed,
you
right?
want doom token on each space of Daintain.
Yeah.
Right, so that's going to put 1 on there as well. So that means an anomaly.
Mm.
Right, so that means whenever you have an encounter, you've got to take 1 of these instead. Every time a doom token goes on here, it goes on there instead. Okay?
Right. We're in like.
It says then shuffle that card and the entire event discard pile together and place them on the bottom of the event deck. So take them 2 cards, shuffle them with the rest of the cards in that tray. Yeah, shuffle them all up and then just chuck them back in. Right, want to do your next one?
Blankety blank.
Blankety blank. Book and pen.
I like that. Empty bit.
Which one though?
Still on.
Overall equals.
Yes, doors.
Oh,
Monster.
Monster.
Monster. Right, spawn 1 monster by drawing the bottom card of the monster deck, placing it on the board as instructed by the spawn text. And if it refers to a monster's prey, then this is the investigator that it moves towards when activating.
Right.
No, yep, black bit at the bottom. So it's a causing hound, and it's called its type is a hound of Tindalos, Tindaloo.
Not anymore.
Spawn at the unstable space. So, right, draw the front card, yeah, and then what's the one with the doom thing on it? Like a
Black-
doom. It's like
Black
this.
cave. Black cave. Top of it.
Yes, yeah. So it spawns in the black cave, and it says it moves directly. It's a hunter, move directly to and engage the highest strength.
There's a black cave.
Yeah. So that will move to the player with the highest strength when it activates next round.
Okay.
Right.
Clue.
Clue. Right. So take the top card. That
Green.
gets the clue token goes in that space.
So I shuffle these 2.
Yeah.
These
That's
3.
it. tokens?
2.
Yeah. Draw one and then resolve another one. Let's see, so it's that blank.
Draw 1. And
Monster. Alright, draw the bottom card of the monster deck. What does it say on the bottom? Black deck.
Hunter. Move forward and engage lowest.
Where's it spawn?
Spawner unstable space.
Right, so it goes here.
Black cave.
Okay.
Is that 2?
Yeah.
What you what
No,
do I
don't
do?
put them
Keep hold of them, yeah.
Just keep it there.
One of those.
Right, that is a spread doom. Spread doom by discarding the bottom card of the event deck face up. Placing one doom token in the location with the doom token thing on it. Take the back card. That's it. Put it face up on the discard pile and put a doom token on the space with the doom thing.
Hibbs Brown house. It's brown.
Yeah.
Dooms.
And the more doom that builds up the board, the worse the bark will be. Cards in the codex will indicate when terrible things happen as doom accrues.
One more. There's another one.
So again, draw the card from the back, yeah?
Yeah.
And then wherever it is.
Train station. Purple.
Yes.
Blank.
Thank you, blank. That's the reckoning. Right, so everything with reckoning on it. So this one, it says each investigator does a will test. If you fail, you have to suffer 2 horror cards. I've got to roll 4 dice. So you just need 1 success. Passed.
Rules 3. Well, 3 for me. 2.
Success.
What is it? What number?
5 or 6 for you will.
Oh, is it always 5 or 6?
Yeah, always.
6.
Please. Come on, come on. Yes.
Hey.
How many do I roll?
It's Will. 1.
Oh,
Will. Oh no. Yeah.
Come on, Margaret.
Hmm?
Got past the test.
pass your
Oh.
So we all have to pass the test for the reckoning to happen.
No,
You've got
it's
4.
just part of the thing.
You've got 4 dice. You should be able to do
Or is
it.
it only those that pass it get the benefit?
No benefit. Yeah.
I get a benefit. I get $1.
Yeah, we're doing this
Yeah.
part of the reckoning first, and then you can do that one.
Like 4 dice is. You're doing a will test, Margaret.
Am I?
So is it 4 your will at the bottom?
Yeah. Roll 4.
You do 5 or 6.
And you
Oh, yeah.
You've got to roll 5 or 6.
Okay, so it's 4.
Yeah.
Move those out so I don't get them mixed up.
You got 5.
Just about. What does that mean?
They won't
Anything?
pass.
Just means you
Oh,
passed your will test.
Okay, don't know if there's anything on these back tests. Can't remember. No, that's delay. Okay.
What?
You're-
Next turn.
Spend 1 clue to discard this.
Oh, this is a test one, yeah.
The reckoning.
Once per round while resolving a test, you may suffer 1 damage to re-roll 1 die. I don't need to do that, do I?
So I gain $1 and all the money on this card, but there's no money on there.
How
So
do you get money on the card?
They put it there,
Whenever-
don't you?
yeah, whenever I do the action,
Oh,
I take 1 and then I put 2 on here every time
well, yeah,
I
Mm.
do the action. So I've got to start doing that. But I also get $1 as well, just from that.
Oh,
So we got to turn these over when we've had 2 goes, haven't we?
right.
So it's back to we're starting again now.
Right, so
Action
should
phase.
be 2 things in there. Yeah. So they stay out until the next time round, right? Right. So yeah, there's a couple of bits on that. First thing,
What can you do with remnants?
you can use
35 minutes for 1 turn.
you can use them to
No.
not take the sanity damage when you cast a spell, or can. Or you can. They can be used to exchange remnants for money during certain encounters. Right. Right.
Right, so is that the start of round 2 now? Is
Yeah.
it? Cool. So, what do you want to do? Who wants to go?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
I'll just move there and I'll spend, so I can spend my remnant, can I? And get a cash and.
No, that tells you roughly what's in the account deck. You have to have an encounter, and that's more or less what you're going to get out of it. The more likely thing.
What, by spending a remnant? Don't know.
No. If you go there, if you have an encounter there, this tells you the likelihood of getting what you're more likely to get out of the encounter.
So what am I more likely to get out of that encounter?
Money
And
or like an item?
yeah, so that in that space it says it probably means that you're more likely to be able to spend remnant tokens to get money.
In that encounter. Right, so I thought we could go there and spend that to
We need
get
to try
that.
and get those search tokens, don't we? as
What,
well?
clues?
Yeah.
Well, it's good to come here, but I mean, dodge.
You say you've got to have an encounter with a monster to get a search token.
No, you pull the event card out of that deck.
Which one?
Those cards that
Yeah.
have been shuffled into that deck.
Which
Got-
colour?
Well, it depends where you
Oh,
are.
okay.
Yeah, so if you want to go here, it's going to be Rivertown, and there's going to be 2 clue cards shuffled into the top. One of those 6 cards or whatever.
I'm gonna move to there, but then I'm gonna do research because I've got that, haven't I?
Have you already moved?
I've just moved.
That your first movement?
Yeah, I didn't do that otherwise.
Oh,
I
right.
thought, because I didn't know what it was. I thought it was something different.
Yeah.
So now I'll do a research.
Yep.
So I test my
Observation.
observation, which is 2.
How do you
Yeah,
go
but
and get
you're-
that search thing then?
You pull the event card out of the bottom of the
okay.
deck.
Yes.
You get it?
Yeah.
So you get 1. Oh, so you put that on there, don't you?
Yeah.
Nice one.
How many do we have to put on there?
It's 3, wasn't it? When there's 3 or more clues on scenario, and neither cards 4 or 7 that are in the codex, add card 4 to the codex.
Right.
So would it serve me to try and thin this?
Could do. All depends how.
But can I move through these 2 areas?
Someone needs to try and
If
keep.
you
Kill
move
the
into a
monster.
space with a monster, you become engaged.
Okay, well, I'll get rid of this one then.
Yeah, use your gun.
Right, so you take that, put it in front of you. Right, you have got another action in there, so
Robed figure.
you could blow it away.
I can blow it away now.
Yeah, your second
So
action.
I get 8 dice. Because I got 4 strength, 5 strength anyway. So that's 5 dice plus the Chicago typewriter is plus 4 strength. Is that right? I get 9 dice.
There's an anomaly in that space, isn't there? So
So if it's an anomaly, don't I take that instead of this? Then I have to fight that instead.
yeah, you don't have an encounter if you engage with a monster, do you?
Oh, okay.
You take that,
Right.
but you can only do a focus attack or you wouldn't be there, would you? So you move,
Yeah.
and then you'd have to, because you're engaged, you can only do attack or focus or
Yeah, I'll
evade.
attack.
Right.
Do I get 9 dice? Because it's 5
Yeah.
plus 4.
Yeah.
Is that right?
So did you say you don't have an encounter if you have an engagement with the... So I did have an engagement on my turn.
No, he killed it first.
Killed it.
Yeah. So, because you didn't have, if you got a monster in front of you.
Oh, I see. Right.
Okay, so 5 or 6 all these dice.
Yeah.
What are the odds? Surely not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
So he's dead.
Yeah, has he got a remnant token on it? Remnant, the tentacle.
No.
So
So he had plus. That's his damage, isn't it? That's how many
Yeah.
times you have to hit him, and that's
modifiers to the
and
roll.
there's 0 and 0.
Yeah.
That's it, is it?
Yeah.
That
Goes
goes.
on top.
Yeah.
Do I get anything in prizes for that?
No.
What a pet's win.
So you flip your thing over to black to denote you, remind you you've done your turn. What's going next? Can I search? Sorry, can I gather resources even though I've got those Doom tokens in my space?
Yeah, you just get you get money. It's only monsters that stop you from doing stuff with that.
Well, I'm going to do that because I want to do that. I want money, and I get
money.
2 money goes into my little cash ISA for later.
One action.
That's one action.
Or is that 2 actions?
No, that's one action, isn't it?
Right.
Just gather resources. So I
Right.
gained 1.
Yep.
And that's part of it, isn't it?
Right, right. So you could bank that now by taking another action. Is that right? You've got an action. Oh, it's a reckoning. Of
Only when there's a reckoning, yeah. Yeah. So I will move.
I like to move it,
I'm
move it.
going to move, yeah. I'm going to move.
How do you get rid
Should I
of
come down here? Should we make our way down here? Okay.
Monster, monster.
Do I need to do anything about these?
So we want to get rid of these.
What's your law?
Oh, right, okay.
But you can't move, can you? If you oh, yeah, no, it's only if you're engaged. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I can use my...
2 dice more.
So what action is that on here, on this list?
Ward.
Ward, right. Test law to remove doom equal to your test results.
So you can get 2, 5 and 6.
Can I choose to focus instead?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to focus my law. That makes sense to do that, doesn't it?
So your 3 dice.
When... Oh, did I discard that one? Oh, I did. Did I? Yeah, I had the one that was my other choice. If I'd have upgraded that, I could have paid an extra one to upgrade again at the same time. Just didn't retain that one. So that's my turn. Done.
Right.
Do you get 3 dice now?
No, because I didn't do that in the end. I just focused
Okay.
my law.
Oh yes, because that's the move. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Right,
That's an action.
I'm going to come over here. I'm going to try and get rid of that doom. Right. In that space. And I'm going to do a law check. It's 3 dice.
Dice. No. No. Couldn't happen that quickly.
Someone moves into that space with the 2 monsters. Who do you have the encounter with? Both.
You take both of them, yeah.
2 dice.
Yeah.
Right, so
Oh, right, that's stupid, isn't it? Could have could test my law. If I pass, it would move to a space of your choice with 1 or more doom. But yeah, it's going to cost me 2 sanity. That's crazy. Yeah, sorry.
right,
It's just stupid.
How do you fight 2 monsters then? You one at a time, or
No, I don't think so.
do they combine?
You there is I'll give you this. Right. Choose a monster in your space, even one engaged with you or another investigator, and engage it by placing it near your investigator sheet. There is something about you have to. Right. Each monster, you attack a monster and engage with you. If you do engage with multiple monsters, you can attack only one of them, and you apply only the attack modifier of the monster you're attacking. Okay. After you, yeah, so you attack one of them.
If there's two of them, in there,
There's two
and
of
you
them.
choose which one.
Yeah, I'm sure I read somewhere there's a rule about that saying that. I don't know. Yeah, just choose one. Yes.
What that mean?
Once per round, after you suffer one or more horror, that means when you get sanity onto your investigate sheet,
I'm here.
yeah, you know
Yes,
search
before we
one.
all go.
Right?
I
You
just got
sugar
it
boots.
You have to take sanity
Sleepy.
damage, and you can research one clue, so you can
Oh.
bypass having to take it out of the deck.
I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll get rid of that one.
Right? So that's your
Law
law.
3.
Come on, Julie. Julie.
Yeah.
Has anyone failed yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Loser boy
I
over
went
there.
for 3.
Have you had your go?
This is
Yeah, Matt said it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
right, so that's your 2 actions. Everyone done?
No.
No, Margaret hasn't got hers yet.
I'm going to go. Is that the same stuff as that one? Can't really
Not
see.
quite.
No, not quite.
What's on there?
A heart and a
Right.
brain.
Oh,
Strength and sanity.
Hmm.
you don't really
I
do
think it's
that.
probably recharging. Or,
Yeah, yeah, you don't really do that.
What is it, hospital or something?
TikTok club.
Do I get an extra strength if I go there then?
No.
No, it's more. It
It's
tells
recovery, really. If
tells you
you
what's likely to be in your
See,
encounter.
that's money and weapon. So
A weapon?
you can get a weapon, perhaps.
Well, not
Is it-
necessarily a weapon.
Maybe.
most more likely to get that.
I was there anyway, so I've got to move. If I'm going to stay there.
No.
Right.
You could.
What's up here? This one.
Key,
Oh,
which is a key
It's
or a
a
weapon.
common items, isn't it?
And
Yeah.
Is it curio?
a curio.
what do they do?
Well, it depends. I don't know. It
Like
depends.
spells and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, if I go there for a key,
No, not you don't get. It doesn't mean you're going to get that. It just tells you the likelihood of what.
because I want to end up there, you see.
Right.
That's 1, 2. So I've got an extra action.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but you got to have the encounter first.
Yeah.
You see, you got to do all your actions, and then you have the encounter.
Mm.
So you can't save your action. You've got to do it now.
Well, I've got 2 actions anyway, haven't I? So I've gone there
That's one action.
Mhm.
and
What's your strength, Mark?
Oh.
Oh, you're 4, aren't you? Quite
Yeah.
tough.
oh, so okay, so
Go and do those
I need-
monsters.
1, 2, my next action. Is that right?
1, 2, 3.
And that one.
But yeah,
You can't move twice on your
No, 1,
turn.
yeah, you can't do
Can't
the
do the
same
same
action
twice.
twice.
Oh,
So,
right. So if
where
I'm
you were
here.
If you wanted to go there, you'd have to
Spend a
spend
dollar.
a dollar to
And
move
then you can
3.
attack.
Oh, right.
Right,
Oh,
so-
okay. So,
Because
because
you
I've
can
got,
move 2 and any extra you got to pay for.
so the extra action is not movement.
No, you only move. You only use it once.
You'd still have your another action to do though if you did
Oh.
that.
Okay.
No, I've got 2 actions.
Oh, because you've got an extra one.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you could focus. Get a focus
Yeah,
token.
improve your
Strength.
something.
Maybe.
I know you got the maximum.
You've only got to have one.
So your focus limit to
Oh.
1.
You could, well, so you could move, pay a dollar to move into this space. Then you could gather resources, or gather resources now, then move.
What, from here?
Yeah.
And then move. Yeah,
And
okay.
then use
So,
your final action to attack.
so what are these again? I know one of them was.
No, that's the encounter. So you've got where you end up, the space you end up in.
Oh, here.
Yeah. But you won't have an encounter because you're going to be engaged with those monsters.
Oh, we'll have a go at that, shall we? Okay.
So you've got to
Yeah.
spend a buck. Were you going to gather resources as your first action. That's all you can do, really. Right? So you would have spent one and then gained one.
Yeah.
Right?
Spend that.
You know, you get that back because you.
Oh.
Yeah, so you would have had 3 and you spend one to move the extra space.
Oh, okay. Right.
Right? So now you're engaged. So let's say the eyeless watch has got 3 damage and the causing hound has got 2. It's -2 strength.
Right.
It says retaliate. After you perform an attack action, if you did not damage, it attacks you.
You could perform the attack action any number of times per round.
So you can do it more than twice. So this one says Watcher. The monster does not restrict your actions or encounters. It moves with you. All right. So if you engage with this one and this one only, you still get an encounter, but it moves around with you.
All right.
Right. So you're engaged at the moment. So you've got an attack, haven't you?
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
you can choose which one you want to do over.
Okay. So after you end your movement in a monster's space, or after a monster moves into your spawns into your space, you may become delayed to perform an attack action as an additional action.
All right. So you can get 2 attacks.
I've had 2 attacks.
So it means next round you'll only get 1 action. Who's delayed?
Me.
Yeah.
If I'm delayed in this one, it says I can, if I use my dogged ability, which is a delay, then I can recover 1 sanity.
Right. Okay. Right. So you get 2 attacks. So which one are you going to attack first?
Totally confused.
This one you have to take a -2 strength penalty.
Do I?
So you'll only roll 2 dice for that one.
Oh, right.
So you could attack this one twice.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Does it say if you don't do any damage, then
Take
it
him
attacks
out.
you?
You got this. Yeah.
One.
Yes.
That's 1 attack, 1 hit then.
1 hit.
So you've got to do them twice more.
Oh.
So you didn't do any damage, so he does 1. He does 1 damage to you and 2 sanity.
Right.
Oh, so this is the maximum. You really don't want to.
So the delay thing then.
What? You're delayed now.
So I can get my sanity back.
I'll chuck a die on there to say you're delayed, shall we?
So is that it?
That's it. Scary. Yeah, chuck a die on there. Just to say you're delayed.
2 hours.
Righty-ho.
That's everyone's go now, isn't it?
I was delayed to go
So do I
go
get sanity
before
back
that.
Oh,
then?
yeah. Oh,
The dogged ability
yeah. So,
Yeah,
at
you
the
were.
start of your turn, if you're delayed. So that'd be my next turn, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Never mind.
He's got 1 damage anyway.
Yeah. You want to make sure you don't get too much sanity damage, don't you?
Yeah, I want to get my strength up too.
Right, monsters. So each ready monster activates, usually by moving. So there's any ready monsters on the board, isn't it?
No.
Each engaged monster deals damage and horror to the investigator it is engaged with.
Uh-oh.
She's dead.
What?
Yeah,
What?
you're dead, man. It
What?
does one of them.
Yeah.
Does 2 horror. And then this one does 1 thing, so you've gone over 4.
Oh.
So you are defeated.
Hmm.
You come back to life as another,
Yeah.
How do I?
as a new
He's got lots of
person.
soldiers, isn't he?
Who was,
I thought it was meant to be quite hard.
but do the monsters disappear with Margaret? Surely they do.
You're hopeful. Should let me attack Margaret. I got 9 dices.
Yeah.
Seems to be quite harsh.
I mean, he's meant to be a soldier, and he's just got.
But you haven't got a weapon. That's why.
Who's
Margaret,
strength?
you haven't got a weapon, Mark.
Oh,
You
right.
should have got a weapon first.
Well, no, you have 4 strength. But that thing is
Oh.
minus.
Sure, you haven't got any weapon.
It like drains.
It drains it to you.
No, I haven't. I've got a pocket watch, but then
Yeah. Yeah.
just hit him out.
This is bad to watch.
I've got got nine.
Get off your feet.
Oh no.
I mean, I'll get another character.
Yeah, being defeated. When you're defeated, if your damage or horror is greater than your character when you're defeated, so it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, when you're defeated, remove your investigator from the board, discard all your cards and tokens. And while you're defeated, you do not have encounters and are unaffected by headlines, but you still do draw 2 mythos tokens. When you're defeated, place 1 doom token on the scenario sheet.
So it pays to look at the cards then,
But
doesn't
you
it?
can't
See
pen
what
it,
they're in?
so you don't know.
No.
Select a new investigator from the remaining ones and prepare them as in set up. You want to get rid of this.
Well, it was a bold move. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off, but you know,
But you think
live-
as a soldier, it would
Mm.
be, you know, a bit more. Yeah.
We just didn't have the mental strength.
yeah, I was too busy having flashbacks to Nam.
So these going well.
Yeah.
Everything goes. Right.
Everything goes. But you do get to choose one.
Ooh.
New players into the arena.
Oh, I see. Rex Murphy. Not sense.
Yeah.
What happens to the monsters that were?
They go. That's the way you work.
Ah, the dead body.
Yep.
Just decomposes.
That goes on the bottom of that green deck there.
Bottom.
A bit feed, wasn't it? That was.
Oh, surprise.
Well, we've learned not to take on 2 at a time,
No.
because that is.
Shouldn't let me go, Margaret, because I've got on the mound of.
You should
You've
go
got,
there.
you've
Then
only
you've
got
got
4
nine
sanity. I've
dice.
got 7 sanity.
Gav's got 9 dice. Gav should
Mm.
go.
Right.
Come on!
How are you?
So these are exhausted, aren't they? 'Cause
Maybe
they
you
don't
should go there then, Gav.
I'll go there.
each damage. Right, they sorry, yeah, they
Go.
back to normal. Then we have the encounter phase. Draw and resolve encounters matching your space. Right, who wants to have an encounter?
I want to go first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Over.
go. Oh,
Oh,
event.
good or
Mm.
bad.
What you
Good.
want? What you
We
want?
need the events
You're on the
to get that.
Train station.
Oh, right. Stuff on then.
okay. You find a traveller looking confused and frightened. Do a influence check.
3 influence.
3 dice then. 5 or 6.
Yay.
If you pass, your new friend asks you if you hear the music from beyond the stars, and is relieved when you admit that you do. You gain 1 ally and 1 clue from your neighbourhood. Yes, you gain an ally. So
Ally, that's the blue cards.
Blue card.
Just the top one?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oliver McBride.
So it goes on the discard pile.
Do I get that search?
You
Mm.
get a clue, yeah.
That goes there on top.
What did you get?
Oliver McBride. Once per round, while resolving a test, you may re-roll any number of dice. If you do, place 1 doom in your space after the test. After that test.
It's kind of a plus and a.
Oh, that's it.
Depends how bad the failure is, I guess. Like Margaret could have done with that one.
Basically carrying a freak around with you.
I've got a search. I can search next one.
This is the open encounter.
Yeah?
Me? We get one?
No, you have an anomaly.
I don't read it, do I?
How do you know there's an anomaly?
Judy reads it to you, so depending
How
on
far
how many doom
down do I have
tokens.
to read down?
Is it because of this?
Yeah,
That was-
how many doom tokens are in your space? Where are you? There's
Oh dear.
1.
Sorry?
You read the
I'm
number
in
1.
big trouble, I reckon.
How far down do I read?
You read until the you tell us to make a choice or do a test or something.
A one-armed beggar in a dirty silver military uniform rattles his tin at you and babbles about the moon. You may spend $2 to drop a few coins in his cup.
Yeah, I think I should.
Is it right?
It doesn't sound good,
Doesn't
does it?
sound wise to annoy people in this
Yeah,
game, does it?
Now,
That's as if you do.
oh, yeah. If you do, he warned you about the nemesis moon that heralds the demon Sultan. Remove one doom from any space in your neighbourhood.
So it's one, that one or that one? That one?
Yeah, you might as well do that, yeah. Excellent. Is that it?
Is that demon or Damon?
Demon.
Demon.
The old
That's
English
fine.
spelling there. Right. Who wants
Excuse
to?
my pronunciation.
Well, you and I are on the same, so we both have short of those as well.
Well, well, you read it, Steve. So there's 2 on.
So I'm reading your one, right?
Yeah, number 2.
Oh.
Number 2.
Yeah.
A bolt of fire streaks from the sky and impacts near you. You suffer 2 damage.
Oh, what?
In the crater, you find a small green glowing rock that hurts to look at. Wrapping it as thoroughly as you can in spare cloth, you look for a way to dispose of it. You remove 2 doom from your space and gain 1 remnant.
Oh,
Nice.
right.
Oh,
Good
What's
cost.
Oh,
going on with this?
that's it. That's the
Goes-
two doom.
Oh, it's
Away,
exploding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that discarded? Should it be there?
No,
Yeah, that
that's
should have
it,
been.
yeah,
That's meant to be there. That's from when Margaret died.
Right. Go, Steve. Who wants to go next?
Go on, I'll go.
Well, I
Where
see.
are you?
That one says you can't become
Gary's
blessed
here,
or cursed.
so-
What's that mean?
So condition.
Rivertown General Store.
Oh, right.
Which one?
General
General
Store.
store.
You could have unlimited focus,
Davy
You can have as many tokens as you
but
want.
you've got to
Shuffler
throw 6 to be
waves you
successful.
over. When he sees you enter the shop,
Magician.
Nathan,
Well,
when, he,
there's this mechanic one.
when he sees you when you enter the shop, this is what he says. Nathan is bogged down with orders today. If you have a bit of time to help out around the place, I can make it worth your while.
Yeah, go on. So I'll be delayed, will
Yeah.
Okay, it says you may become fatigued to gain 1 common item. So you get one of the items.
What's fatigued is one of these.
Oh, not
it says
these ones.
condition. It says if you are while resolving a test has an additional cost to re-roll 1 or more dice, remove 1 dice from that test. After you perform a focus action, discard this card.
But it says you may be it says you may become fatigued, but it says you gain 1 common item. I guess it's one of these.
Read the card again.
You may become fatigued to gain 1
I?
common
So I can choose.
So you can
basically,
you can be fatigued and get a free item,
or
not
not.
or not get fatigued and not get an item.
If you're fatigued, it says while resolving a test, there's an additional cost to re-roll 1 or more dice. Remove 1 die from that test. So it basically
One
means
less
you'll be
dice.
rolling one less die.
Whenever I do my next test.
Well, do you want to see if you want
re-roll?
When I re-roll, why would I re-roll?
If you wanted to spend a focus token or a clue
So it
token,
only impacts me if I do a re-roll.
yeah, and you only have to do a focus token to get rid of it. So
Yeah, go on then.
do it.
Oh,
So you get one of these items.
Which one?
I will have the magician because he can.
Right.
He's got
Let's go to the bottom.
quite high sanity thing.
So to you, if it's got 2 hands,
Yep.
I understand that it's
Hands to-
You can only use that one item.
right, but what about these?
No, hand items.
Right, okay.
There is a really good Tommy gun in there. Oh yeah, that's 5. That's 5 dice.
Yeah, I'll have the Tommy gun. You ain't you got one.
Okay, and the new item
You've got to choose one of those.
The new item is
I get a
a
permanent
rabbit
one,
spot.
don't I?
Once per round,
Just
you may
each one
reroll
is-
one dice while resolving the test. Very nice.
The Miss of Really, that's this one. You may test in place of Margaret Agreed.
Need your mum's new character. Out in the book.
Yeah, it doesn't go on until the next round.
You got it ready.
Let me find it.
Was the cake okay?
Okay.
Was the cake okay?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, very nice.
All vegan, I suppose. Yeah.
So do I need to do it one of those ones?
What's vegan
Yeah.
icing
Yeah.
made out of?
So,
Right.
but there's no
Vegan icing.
Doom token on our
What-
Vegan
base
icing.
anymore.
Well,
Is that,
anyway.
can we get rid of this?
Oh, right.
Icing.
Only when you go in.
Yeah, vegetarian, vegan.
Actually,
Right.
Cam's
Right.
right.
So what one is it?
Yeah, which number does he read? 'Cause
How many Doom tokens are in that?
Two.
I'm here. There's none on mine.
There's two there, so,
Two there.
What in
in the region.
temporal
Oh, maybe we
fissure?
should have read.
Yeah. So should I when we did your one, when I read one of your one, I thought because we had two here. I read you the one with two on it.
Oh, it should have been three.
Should have been three.
Right.
Sorry.
So two then, yeah?
Yeah.
You chase a robed figure through
That's
yet
what I don't
another dark alley that looks just like the others. Something hit -1. Don't know what that is.
That is an influence -1.
If you pass,
Do you want to do it? You got to do it.
So what? I'm chasing someone down a corridor, am I? An alleyway,
right,
and
you chase you chase a robed figure through yet another dark alley that looks just like the others.
yeah.
Right,
You got to do a test.
where it just says head -1.
So you've got to do an influence test -1.
The will test, is it?
No, the head one says in.
That's
Oh,
a head.
no, Will, yeah, sorry.
Handshake.
Apologise, yeah.
Yeah,
Will. So I just get one for will.
5 or 6.
Failure.
right. So you fail. The twisting corridors are never ending. You become delayed.
Oh no.
That dice, isn't it?
Black dice. Dicey wicey.
Yeah.
Where's that go?
On the bottom.
Who's this?
Me.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
man, river.
watch it.
Right, who hasn't had a count now then? I've done mine.
So we all have.
Right, so that is the encounter phase. Now we do the mythos phase.
Can you put them all back in?
That is. So give you a little cheat sheet saying all these things.
Do I have a go or do I have to wait?
You've
I have to wait, right.
got yourself killed, man.
No, definitely have enough.
That is a spread doom. Discard the bottom card of the event deck face up and place 1 doom token in the location of that card marked. And more doom the right.
This one.
Yeah.
Replaces it.
Where to go?
Bella Luna.
Where's that? What was the colour of the card?
Oh, sorry. Blue.
Beauty moon.
Downtown.
Could use that.
Right, so because there's an anomaly that goes on here.
How do you get rid of that
Beautiful moon.
anomaly?
I could have used that my 9 of rods thing to,
Rob 9p.
and or I could have used this one to spend
Oh.
money to.
Oh, Steve.
Steve, come on.
In future, I will know. I
Right,
remember
next
to
one.
do that.
So
Can you
it's
get rid of anomalies?
yes, you've got to get rid of all the doom on that tile here. So headline,
How did we get another one on here?
because if there's an anomaly, you can't put it on that space.
Oh, was that what it just said now, wasn't it?
Yeah, if there's 4, it says when there's 3 or more doom on the scenario card, flip this card. Right, so we have no one to blame but ourselves. Opinion. Our choices have placed us on this path. New civic engagement required. Advertiser deserves its share of the blame. By Doyle Jeffries, Editor-in-Chief. Arkham, Massachusetts. Headline: place 2 doom on your space unless you gain a dark pact condition. If you are in a street space, blah blah blah. 2 doom. So that means that will flip that card, won't it? If I don't take a dark pact.
Yeah. Go on, Matthew.
It's
Take
bad.
one from the
Dark
team.
pact is bad.
Take one for the team.
I don't know if I want to do this.
You have to. You're taking it for the
Yeah,
team.
the dark pact's bad. Basically, I'm throwing myself into the fire for nothing.
Yeah, well, you know, hey, let's have a
Right.
vote. Who says
Yeah.
Matthew?
Something that or that.
Yeah, we all
Right.
voted that you should
Dark
do it.
pact, right? This says during a reckoning phase, roll 1 die. On a 1, your debt has become due. Flip this card.
Oh,
Ooh.
I like that.
Right, that's the mythos phase. So going now.
No, I can't go
Dead.
down.
Oh no, of course you're not. No, no.
Hmm.
Oh no, you do. You still do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
do I
Even though
do?
you're dead.
That's why I asked earlier.
From the beyond the grave. Yeah, you still got to do it.
Clue
Clue. Card. Green.
from the back, isn't it?
Excuse me.
River
No, no,
Dogs.
no.
What?
Don't read it.
Don't read it.
Flip it and put it in the thing.
What?
Top 2 cards. That's it. You get shuffled. Alright. I'll do. Next one.
Another clue.
Same again. On this time.
North side.
Right, so it goes. No.
That.
Blank. Blank.
Blank, blank.
You don't feel guilty, do you, when you usual things like that?
No.
You sort of think, oh, I've got a monster.
No,
Do they not come off the board?
no, you've got that from.
Horror.
That is
The
You're not laid
spread
down.
doom. Spread doom.
Spreading the doom.
Right. You discard the bottom card of the event deck. Right. Discard it and then look at the thing where the doom
Oh, this
symbol
one.
is, yeah.
Ooh.
Velma Diner.
Where's
It's on
that?
East Town.
oh right, so a doom goes in there.
On the diner, yeah.
So it said you couldn't put 2 together.
Yeah,
Is that the
there's
space?
3 in one space with 5.
Where does this go?
That goes, it's discarded, yeah.
And I can discard. But I thought we discard one of those, don't we?
Right.
One of these that I pick out, or do you use both of them?
You do both, yeah.
Right. Bang, bang.
Oh, monster. Monster mush. Monster mash.
So it's the bottom card of the monster deck. It tells you where the
Monster
no,
deck
monster
is
deck.
here.
Monster deck. Right, that will tell you
High priest.
where to spawn.
High priest.
High priest.
Human cultist.
Hi, Gav.
Lanka.
Is that where? What do you call him?
Lurker. Place
Oh.
1.
Top
It's
bit,
worse.
top bit of a confession, isn't it? You're not Irish, is it?
Hi, priest, you lurker.
Spawn at most doom.
No.
Place lurker. Place 1 doom in the space. That's when he gets in the monster phase.
And, oh, what's that?
That is
Stargate.
it's dodgy.
You get lose weight by doing that.
What?
Depends on
I
what.
don't know, like it's a 3-pack. Resolve a gate burst by taking the top card of the event deck and then place a doom token in each of the corresponding neighbourhoods.
So you don't need to read the back.
It's not. That's not downtown, is it?
It is
Downtown.
Yeah,
Daytime.
so it gets discarded. Oh no. So that goes on out.
What?
I'll flip it then, haven't we?
Why does it go that?
Right,
Why does it go that?
because because there's an anomaly on Dane 10.
Ah,
Right, so it says when there is 3 or more Doom token on a scenario, flip this card.
Bad word.
Right, strange things are happening all over Arkham. People from the distant past walk down the streets. I could have made this text bigger. I'll have to put you in glasses.
Yeah.
But wondering at the unusual buildings, events happen out of order. The dates on editions of Arkham Advertiser seem to be chosen at random. Robed figures dart in and out of the shadows, and to your dismay, you think that you are being followed. Reveal cards from the bottom of the monster deck until you reveal a cultist monster. So it'll have a
Funny.
keyword cultist.
It's funny that it's from the bottom, isn't it? It's why-
Yeah, so you can't see what's next, you see.
rogue
Yeah, I know.
figure,
The
monster,
cultist.
human cultist.
Right. Spawn in the street space nearest the leader, which is me. That goes there.
Well, I could equally go there. Is it your choice?
Yeah, but it,
Well, actually, that is actually no, it's not even a choice.
Where
Because that
It's
is
nearer, yeah.
that's nearer, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
oh
So
yeah,
literally touching it, isn't it?
where does it move? Move towards the unstable space. Look at that bit. And then it says, and put the rest on top of the deck in a random order. Add card 5 to the codex and return this card to the archive. Right, this is the archive.
And card 5 to the codex.
Right, time unstuck. Through all the odd occurrences, a sense of rising dread fills the air. The people, the ones from the proper time, scurry from door to door, unwilling to be out under the gunmetal sky. Window shades are drawn and businesses close early. As fluid as time is, you seem to be running out of it. When there are 3 or more clues on the scenario sheet, and either cards 4 or 7 are in the codex, add 4 to the codex. It says when there's 7 or more Doom on the scenario sheet, add cards 8 and 9 to the codex and return this card to the archive. Right?
You haven't got 4 in there, have you?
When there's 7 or more.
Oh, I thought you said 4.
Card 4.
Ah,
Right? Yeah, so we want to get some more clues onto the thing, don't we, really? Right?
It's completely random though, isn't it? Getting clues.
How do you mean? Not completely. You know that they're going to be in the first 3 cards, aren't they? If there's more than one, then there's the likelihood of actually getting a clue.
Right, Julie, you've got to pick 2 now.
Book.
I'll read the headlines.
Just read it. Read the whole thing.
All of it.
Yeah.
Notice scholars found dead. Tainted food suspected. No foul play at work, authorities say. By A. Wong.
What was this?
Press, Cambridge Maths. Headline: if you have 1 or more clues, you become cursed.
Oh, you're cursed.
I'm cursed.
Okay. That means you get a curse condition. Read that.
While we're solving a test, only 6s count as a success.
No.
After you pass a test, discard this card. If you would become blessed, discard this card instead.
Okay.
I don't become blessed.
Right. There's various ways. Is that you've done the first one?
And doom.
Doom, that's the top one. Was that the bottom one?
That is yes, bottom card.
That's awesome.
That's one doom token in the rotation.
Still one. Isn't it?
Mm.
This is Merchant District, Unvisited Isle. Yeah.
Doom. Is that it?
Yeah.
2. Oh, hang on. Someone hasn't. Oh, who hasn't? Oh, it'd be you, wouldn't it? No, you hasn't drawn.
We all did it.
yeah, we thought on it.
Oh, right, yeah, of course, yeah, because there'd be 2 and then, yeah, that's right. Right. So now we
It took longer.
I'll go to the action phase now. So we'll form up to 2 actions.
Does this character only have 2 then?
Yeah.
Right.
I'll move 1, 2.
Right, I'm going to fight those two, so let me do
Got
all that.
another action.
I'll try.
Try.
So what do I do?
You have to get 6 for it to be parts.
So it's your courage.
Yeah.
So if I'm
What is it?
delayed,
Law,
what does that
innit?
mean?
One
No,
action.
you're not delayed now, are you? That was going before.
No.
Was it law? 3.
Will. Oh, law, sorry, yeah, 3, but you've got need 6s.
Doesn't that come off as well?
You could always.
No, I just got delayed in the
Oh,
last turn.
Oh, it's for this
So
turn.
it's for this turn, yeah.
What? You do the research action.
He starts in the
Okay.
train station, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Is that right?
So am I delayed or not?
Yeah.
No,
So I've
He's
done one move.
he was delayed on his last turn. I'm delayed this turn.
Oh, okay.
Let's try and get rid of these doom things, shall we? And then I can research.
I think we did it wrong last turn.
Can do.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You should have only had 1 action or something like that.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't. Yay.
No, I need 6.
Oh,
Because I'm cursed.
No.
9.
you just need to get 1 success to get rid of it, though.
See? I have that one.
Have you got any options to re-roll in your actions, or do any of your things give you ability to re-roll?
You can discard that focus token to re-roll, but you
Which
only re-roll and die. Get rid of
Uh,
this.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's a gamble.
yeah, go on.
Try it.
Go on. Do it, do it, do it.
No, we only get to re-roll the 1 die.
Right?
What's you?
You need a 6 though.
Go on, 6. Go on, go on, go on.
Yeah, it was. No, no,
Oh,
Do it, do it.
God.
Don't use the die with the corners.
Why?
Do it.
Ah.
No, use the green one without the corners.
What's the difference?
Yes.
What do you know that we don't?
And you can use your curse as well.
Yay! Get rid of curse.
Well, that was a great decision.
Yes.
I was encouraging you not to do
Don't
it.
listen to me next.
Okay, I'm going
Don't
to
listen to me.
fight these two, okay?
Sure, with sanity.
Yeah, you got 9.
I've got 9
9
dice.
dice.
So to get money, can I do that first?
Yeah.
So after you perform a gathering resource action, so I get $1,
Oh,
I can get $2 if I pass my strength test. If you you may test strength, so I got 4 dice, so I need a 5 or 6.
You should have 5 dice, shouldn't you?
Five. Yes, $2. Okay, so that's 1 action, and then move. Is that it? And I get to fight in the next.
you're engaged. They're going to do damage to you.
Yeah, I know that.
Sure.
Well, I've got to get rid of them.
It's
I
gonna
get
give
9 dice.
Going to give you 3 sanity, 3 horror.
If I can get rid of one of them. If I throw my dice.
No, they're going to attack you first, aren't they?
Why? Because I didn't attack them, because I went out and goes.
Mm.
In that case, I won't take the money. I won't take
No,
the money.
always 5
And I'll attack them.
Right, so that's 1, 2.
And
Yeah.
now attack is 2 actions. So I do take these now.
So you've got 9 dice.
Nice.
You only
You
attack one though,
Attack
don't
one.
you?
Attack
That's
one
right.
at a time. So one of them's going to do damage to it.
But even if he kills it,
Can only attack one at a time.
oh yeah, yeah.
So,
I'd get rid of him first.
Yeah, get rid of
That's
the
going to be -2.
Two. How many wounds has he got? 3.
Yeah, 3 successes.
He's just got to do 3. That's easy, you can do that.
7 dice.
Yay.
Bye bye. Do I get any prizes?
You've got a remnant on it? Yeah, you go.
Where's that go there?
Bottom of the deck.
And the other one goes back, does it?
No, it stays
That
with
goes
him.
on top, doesn't it?
Oh, right, okay. So I can't go in there and fight him.
No, 'cause he's engaged.
I thought they go on top, the
Go on the bottom.
monsters.
Oh, yeah, sorry, they do, yeah, sorry. Hold on.
And you've got to do the other one now, don't you?
No, there's going to be more actions.
I only get 1. I've got to get rid of them.
Margaret, do you want to
Yeah, I want
do you want to do something? You're
to
back
do
in
an
the game.
event. Yeah. those cards, it's not on there, is it? That one, I can't.
What is it you're trying to, what do you want to do?
On one of those, if there's a
You
spell
want
up
Go
there.
here and you can just buy if you want your money. Like,
2.
see.
Hmm.
Sorry?
You could
I'll have the last
do
one.
research to try and get that clue.
I'll have the last
Yeah,
two.
but I want
I'm
a
not
spell. So he's a magician. So
Oh,
he can
right.
spell. you
Last
see.
one, anyone?
Doesn't come with any spells, no?
No.
Sure. Anyone?
So is there any?
No, thanks.
Where do I go for a spell? Can't see. Is there a spell over there?
So the spell ones are the item cards, aren't they?
Hmm.
So you can,
It's a
I mean, you
key.
could
It's
come
a
here,
key, yeah.
or you could just go to the
That's a shop. It's
shop.
got a key.
Did you get spells from them?
Just the items are spells. Some of the items are
Yeah.
spells.
How much are the spells?
Spells of the purple card.
Oh, the purple ones.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Do you buy those or just take them?
Ah, here, you have to come here, back cave,
Oh,
get an encounter to get a spell card.
It's miles away. Is that the only one?
Can't I get around? Aren't there any in the item cards there? No spells there?
No.
I think.
In there, no, doesn't look it.
No, these are all greens.
Alright.
We haven't touched that yet. We had one out of there, didn't we?
Is that the only place you can get a spell then?
Black cave. So the Dead Sea Scrolls, isn't it?
So you could go 1, 2.
Try and get rid
you
of
could
that.
spend 2 money and go there. So you would 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't get there in one turn.
Oh.
But we need these as well, don't we?
Yeah,
I thought
it's up to you.
try and get rid of this one, so this normally will go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got good law.
Hmm. 1.
You have to spend $1. Get there though.
Let's get rid of the doom then.
Yeah.
Just get rid of that normally. So you've got
1,
to spend
2, 3.
You've got to spend $1. And then you're going to do ward.
Go do what?
Ward. 4 law.
Let's move that out of the way.
One all.
Two.
12 minutes
Two.
ago.
No?
That's that going then?
Hey.
That goes then, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
That's it.
We need to get, yeah.
Anyone else? All we done.
No, I haven't gone yet, sorry. But
Oh, I
I'm
haven't gone
fatigued.
yet.
So I only get 1 action. So
How'd you get rid of your fatigue?
then it just go. Does it only just last for 1 turn, does it?
I don't know. You should have a fatigue.
Not fatigued, the other one.
Delayed.
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 Yeah, sorry, yeah,
Okay.
no, my fault, my fault. So I'm delayed, so I only get 1 action, right? I think I'll just grab some money. So I need to grab 1, and I'll grab 2 more. Go in there.
Well, you was hoping
You
that,
get a little
that
stack
reckoning
there,
was
aren't
going to
you?
come out.
Yeah, well now I am. It's just a little, don't know what I'm going to spend the money
Which
on.
fund I'm just going to pay
Yeah.
out. On the move. Pay 2.
Yeah.
And I'm all having it. Have it!
Right, I'm going to use the Thompson, which gives me +5 attack. And I'm also going to use my Storm of Spirits,
How many hands is the Thompson?
2, but this is a spell.
Ah.
I'll use my Storm of Spirits, which means I may test my law in place of strength as part of an attack action. So basically, I've got 4 law plus 5, so that's 9, isn't it?
No, you use that instead of that. That's strength, isn't it?
Mm. But I would have thought that I'd still get that. A test in place of
In place of strength. So you replace, yeah, you're replacing that with.
How many
instead of
hands has that spell got?
none.
No, that's instead of that.
So I can't use that with that.
No.
Says, can I combine items like skills that don't show any items with one or two hands? Yes, you can. So that's good.
But on this, my Storm of Spirit says you may test law in place of strength. So does that mean that I can't use the strength of the Thompson? Or is it only my own strength?
Says you may test law instead of strength. So you could. What's your law on there? 4. What's your strength?
2.
Well, use the law on your character sheet and use the strength on the Thompson.
Can you do that?
Well, it says you may.
Right, so it would be 9 then. 1, 2, 3.
It doesn't say you have to use all of it, does it?
Five.
4 there.
Yeah. 5,
But
6,
that's
7,
minus
8.
1 strength. So
No.
you can take one off.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so that's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you should do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How many do you need?
6,
How
7,
many successes?
8.
Is there a special
2.
ability on the monster? Does it say?
After you defeat this monster apart from an attack action, you gain 1 spell.
It's 2 wounds, so you got to hit him twice. You are
Oh. You are in the law.
No.
Way.
So what happens there then?
That's not
So
possible.
one take
You
it.
spent the whole thing going.
Look at me, every. Oh, hang on.
Oh no, I forgot the spell.
Oh,
After I cast a spell, I may focus 1 skill of my choice.
Attack.
I'll go for strength. So I'll focus my strength, and that means I'll get rid of my fatigue as well.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I can't believe that.
That's
Oh,
insane.
really?
Wow.
What are the chances of that, eh?
Oh,
3s and 2s.
So they attack me next, then don't they?
funny.
Who's next?
I
Steve,
think-
I've gone.
Who's got a white
Robin.
one?
Which one's been?
Right.
That's it.
So each ready monster activates usually by moving. So this one says move towards the unstable space, which is the card with the region with a doom.
unvisited isle.
Engage the highest thing. What's the unvisited isle?
That was not district.
So it's going to go the shortest route.
Oh,
It's going to go
Oh, no.
and it's going to
Oh,
engage.
no.
I'm sorry.
Not again.
Yeah.
Don't die
One,
this
it's only
time.
1 health, right? It says there's only flavour text.
It's alright, you won't die.
Right.
What are the chances?
Any more monsters?
yeah, what are the chances?
Right, each engaged monster deals damage and horror equal to the investigator's. So you get 1 damage.
1 damage.
Yeah.
Don't you think, yeah?
Gary, how many damage do
Yeah,
you
that's
take?
what I don't.
How many damage do I take?
The black bar at the bottom of the monster card tells you,
1.
is there a sanity thing on the other side of it? No, on the other.
On the black
No,
bar.
no,
Right, it's just 1 damage.
What, and that comes off my heart?
Yeah.
This one, the eyeless watcher just follows me around.
Right.
It says -2.
Well, that's if you want to evade.
Well, I've only got 1 anyway.
Yeah.
So
Does it do any damage to him?
no.
There's nothing on the. It
So
does a
it's-
sanity. It does a sanity. The black bar at the bottom.
That one there.
Yeah.
What's the observation? My
That's-
monster had 1 or -1
That's if you want to
observation.
evade the monster.
Oh,
Yeah.
It'll be minus 1 die.
Each exhausted monster readies. There aren't any.
Mhm.
Alright, so now we have the
Encounter phase.
encounter phase, yeah. Who wants to have an encounter? I think you should have an encounter, seeing as you haven't sat down.
I haven't got started yet.
Right, you go to the black cave.
That's me.
Black cave.
That's me.
Oh, where's Mumsy?
She's changed.
Oh,
She's
you
doing
can't have an encounter if you're engaged with a monster.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, sorry.
That can't have an
Yeah.
encounter.
No.
Why?
Oh,
I can't have an encounter. That's
that's
me
the
out.
rules.
That's me out.
Why?
So you're engaged, you're
Too
engaged,
busy.
you're engaged.
It's only you two then.
And
Whatever.
Who? Me?
Where are you? Oh, right, okay. Arkham Asylum. Do you want to read it?
Arkham Asylum. You check yourself into the asylum. You recover 2 sanity. You befriend one of the other patients who mumbles about cursed oaths and powers beyond the mortal. You decide to sneak him out. Do an observation check.
3
Three.
observation.
Yeah. Friend? Another that one?
If you pass, Daniel Chesterfield joins you. If you fail, I don't need to know about that. Daniel
I'll
Chesterfield.
find him.
Realised it. Underneath thing.
That'd be good. Not be casting something.
Right.
Nope.
Do you want to read Matt's one?
There's no
So
Daniel.
he's in the Independence
Not a
Square.
It must be that one. No,
Gabriel.
Oh, it might be in the special items. Just check.
this one.
Yeah. Daniel Chesterfield. Maria?
Oh, now we wait for that. Okay, Independence Square. Follow the sounds of music and children laughing to the bandstand, but no one is there. If you pass,
What little symbol is it?
it's got a head on it.
Will.
Will.
Hmm.
Right.
No, I didn't pass.
A fail.
Okay, if you fail, you find only a small rusted toy cornet, of the type you played with as a child. You suffer 1 horror.
Oh, it brought back some memories that it.
Rusty little
I
cornet.
don't know where that goes.
My Daniel
What's that? The type of
Chesterfield-
trumpet, is it?
Yeah.
My Daniel
Just to
Chesterfield
play
is
the
one,
corner. That's
once per round you may re-roll any number of dice.
Stephen Ware or something
And if
like
you
that.
do not
Yeah,
have a
John,
dark pack,
Simon Door.
you gain 1. It's a dark pack.
That's what you got from her.
That came up earlier, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did get one, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got a dark pact.
What is it?
Julie got one, didn't she? That one. That
Do you want to
one.
read
Playing
my one? out?
cursed.
Yeah.
I was cursed.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
Right.
What's a dark
Right.
pack?
Independence Square.
Oh, like that.
Right.
I've got one of those.
A flea market has sprung up, filling the square with happy voices and colourful wares. Stephen mentioned
Dun, dun, dun.
You browse the
The doors
stall in something of a daze, hoping to take your mind of the terrible things you have seen. You may buy any number of common items from the display.
Loaded.
Loads
that
of
for?
dots.
I've only got 3, but all the
Why's
items.
that?
Yeah.
That's my little. I don't get it until there's a reckoning. So it just money goes in there each time. So I can't buy those 3.
there's a painkiller there somewhere.
So I can only buy either painkillers or rabbit's foot. Once per round, you may re-roll 1 die while resolving a test.
Wheat rabbits, wheat rabbits, wheat rabbits.
White rabbit. Ignore the pain. The pain isn't what's going to kill you. So what's that? It's got 2 in the bottom. So that means I ignore 2
Yeah, so
pains.
if you get damage, you can assign it to, you can basically
Assign it to that.
painkillers and
And then discard it.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll buy that. So that's 1, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
We done? We done with everyone had an
Everyone's
encounter?
done who can have an encounter, yeah.
Right, mythos. It is the spread doom back of the deck. How's it going?
River Docks, Merchant District.
Monster. So, bottom card of the monster deck, basically on the board where it says spawn.
Spawn at the most doom.
But you need to get in there
My.
and
That would tear up.
We need to get you to remember as well.
Move towards and engage the person with the lowest observation.
I've got 2.
I've got 1.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we,
I've got 2.
how many views do we have to get to
Three.
4?
I think it's
We-
4.
There was 3 earlier.
3.
Mm.
We better,
Yeah, 3 or
we
more.
better pull our finger out.
Yeah.
then.
Julie's got Julie can do
Yeah,
research.
I can do
Oh, you've done yours. Oh, there's only 2 in there.
Read all about it. Oh no.
Right, okay, full manhunt for the magnificent Manfred underway. 7 white doves also missing. Foul play suspected by Amelia Baxter. You press Boston, Mass. Headline: you disengage all monsters and move to the unstable space.
Oh.
The monsters are not exhausted. They engage another investigator in their space.
Right, so where are you?
Do you want to check that one just to see?
Look at your tissues, I'll put it
That's
in the bin.
Oh,
So does that mean I don't?
Disengage. Where? They're not exhausted. Right, and where do you go to the unstable space? If you just look at that top card of the discard pile.
that.
Yeah, you're looking for the one with the doom symbol on it. The little section of this symbol on it. That one.
Oh yeah, river dogs.
Right. Oh,
That's there, isn't it?
so you go there.
Oh, darn man.
Right, that was 1.
I wanted to go somewhere else.
It's reckoning. Right. So we'll do these first. So it says each investigator has to do a will check. Right. Right, so I passed.
Everyone.
Yep.
Go around.
Do a will check.
What, 2?
I don't know whether you've got
Got
this.
2.
Yep. That's a fail.
Oh,
You have to take 2 horror.
oh, goodness sake. Oh,
Steve, do you want to do a will check?
You're going to die a
Six.
second time.
Oh.
no, I
Oh,
haven't
I
got
haven't got
going
by,
yet.
it was fine.
I just have not got going.
Gary?
Oh,
Everybody.
Mhm.
Oh.
Can you re-roll? Have you got anything you can use to re-roll? No. You could give up a strength, can you?
Can you give that up for everyone?
But you can re-roll 1 though.
Don't want it anyway.
No.
What happens there?
Nothing. Oh, you've got to take 2 sanity horror.
Ooh. Nearly dead.
I'm going to.
Yeah, you've got to go to the
I'm going there.
side.
I've got a reroll. Once per round, you may reroll
got to
any
take that
number.
No, I go there actually.
That's dangerous.
Oh.
Take this horror. Right, so I've got one thing here. So it says roll 1 die on a 1, your debt has come, and flip this card.
Yeah. Oh, we need 1.
Reckonings? No, we've got reckoning.
Do we have a reckoning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I get to
Squids
I
in.
take 1 from here, and I get to take all of that.
What's the reckoning again?
Any symbol that's got anything that's got that symbol on it.
What's
No,
that?
have you got any? That?
Oh,
No.
no,
Gab?
I'm loaded.
that shouldn't be
Reckoning.
there.
Loads of money.
No. Right, Steve, you've got to do the mythos jobby.
Oh.
Oh, so if we get another red one, I'm probably going to die. And if I fail my will.
Newspaper.
Yeah, you don't want another reckoning.
Unexplained sightings near river. Where's the river? Strange lights,
Probably.
sights. Just swamp gas, say authorities. No truth to rumour of monsters by A.P. Jessup, staff writer, Arkham. What was that? Oh, headline. You suffer 1 damage for each doom in your space.
No.
That says none. Does that apply to everyone?
Just you.
Just me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we get for reading the Daily Mail.
Yeah. And blank.
How many red ones are
Just
there?
done
One.
this.
Right.
So we had the
Yeah.
red one.
Everyone does 2.
Whoa, what's that?
Reckoning.
What, again?
Yeah.
Another reckoning.
Another reckoning.
So Gary first, is it?
So what happened? Is this will? We've got to
Yeah.
do the will.
We'll look at this.
So will.
Failed.
You
So
know,
what is it? 2. 2 on your horror, is it?
Right, if I fail this, I'm going to die.
Don't fail.
Oh,
Let's do another will.
I am dead.
You did it.
Oh, confusing.
And that's it. You're out of the game.
there's nothing you can do to re-roll, no?
No,
We put a doom
Oh, I'm all right. Got 6. That's
You
good.
can't have them, but you can choose one of them.
Goodness sake.
so get rid of that, please.
Oh, do another will.
What happens? What, you starting with a
What happens to the monster?
Yeah, I don't know.
Monster?
Goes back into the space where you were.
What, you starting
Shall I just pick one randomly?
Yeah, if you want.
Might re-roll?
You got yours.
Have you done yours?
Yeah, yours is on 6 only, though.
No,
Oh, you
Got rid of that.
first.
got rid of that.
Have you done yours, Matt?
Maria
Yes.
Lambry.
Right,
Have you done yours, Margaret?
What? Yeah, I just got to say.
Singer.
There it is
right,
now.
let's pick
I've
my
done mine.
second.
2. Spend for re-roll.
So
2.
she starts
Spends for
with
a reroll.
$4. Do I get money?
Yeah. Digging into the trust fund there to make sure I didn't lose the sanity.
Right. The horror. No, the what?
Demon.
No, it's
Doom.
doom.
Doom, spread doom. Right, bottom card of the deck.
And the one
The one
that
that
has doom. TikTok club. All the nurses dancing. Right.
Gab still does the mythos, even though he's... Oh, we've got to put a doom on there. Who's on there?
So how do we all die?
6.
We don't know yet.
Doom.
Spread doom.
Bottom.
How many of doom?
Mm.
Let's get on there.
If there's 7 on there,
Well, there will be now, won't there?
I don't know yet.
Graveyard. Graveyard at Rivertown.
Where are you?
Blank.
Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, sorry. Right.
Why did you put it on there?
Because,
Gav died.
yeah, he died.
Oh,
How
right.
come
Oh,
we're
that's
doing
good.
this twice?
Got it. Because the reckoning came out.
Book. North side, vigilante, apprehended. Local factory worker unmasked. 3 deaths now linked to the same man. I did what I had to do. By Rex Murphy, staff writer, Arkham.
Another 2
Headline.
points dropped.
You choose
2-1.
one.
One.
You suffer 2 damage and 2 horror. You become cursed. I've got to choose one.
Alright.
I either suffer 2 damage and 2 horror, or become cursed.
Cursed is like 6 or you've got successes.
Well, this allows me to do the same action twice.
Oh, I
I
don't
can't
want to get
take
2
that.
damage otherwise. Oh, I'll be cursed.
Mm.
Save more. Might as well try and that's my 6s.
Right, so that's the mythos phase over with.
Oh no, I've got one more to do.
Where's the, alright.
Sorry.
Right, we take the top card of that deck, Gavilar. Put it in there.
Rivertown.
Right, it gets shuffled into the Rivertown deck. That's 3 clues there. So that might be quite tasty. That's the gun.
Yeah, I used to watch Gavin's Days.
Oh, no,
Les did. She
I don't really
absolutely
watch
loves it.
It's quite fun. Right, that's the Mythos
Should be
Spade.
another card in the display there.
Anything?
Right,
Gavilar.
actions.
Secret page. You get +2 law as part of a reward action.
Yes, it's the action phase. Who wants to go first?
Me. I want to fight.
Yeah.
But someone's turned up in my space as well, so do they automatically engage me?
You can evade, can't you?
Yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So I can only fight one of them, can't
What's the special ability of that monster?
I? After you defeat this monster, as part of an attack action, you may disengage all monsters and move up to 3 spaces. So I'm going to do that. Then I can disengage that one.
Right, let's go.
Right. So yeah. So I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to
Not rolling on sixes.
no. So I've got 9 dice because they haven't got any.
Not that 2 times in a row. There's no way.
2, 4.
If it does, he's cursed.
Yeah. New dice, please. New dice,
I've got
please.
this one. Any more of these Mythos tokens? Oh!
Oh,
Oh,
Two,
my
three.
goodness.
3, you got.
right. Yeah, because he's got 3, hasn't he?
Right, so he goes on the top of the deck. He's got a reckoning.
Yeah.
He's got a remnant token.
Yeah.
And yeah, go flip him over.
Oh.
All right, and then you can go up to 3. So that one will come back on here.
It's still.
They'll be exhausted. And you
Right,
can
and what
move-
was it again?
you
I
can
can
move up
move,
to 3 spaces. Can't
You must
move
try and
up to
get rid
3
of some leaves,
spaces.
yeah?
Yeah. Well, do I have to? Don't have to, do I?
Yeah,
No.
but if it gets
We need to get
5, you'll
these.
get
Yeah, but I'm going to get rid of those dooms.
Thing is, it'll be ready.
Oh yeah,
and then
yeah,
it'll
but
come,
then he'll
try come over here once, because this one's going to move towards and engage the.
yeah,
Well-
because that's still I've still only done 1 action.
Yeah.
So this move is like an extra action, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I can move there and then fight that one.
Well, you could come here.
Oh no, I can't because I can only do 1 fight.
Because this one's going to move away, so you could come here and try. What's your law?
4.
Yeah, come here and try and get some of these.
All right.
So 1, 2, 3.
Pay
Avoid
1.
him.
Yeah, but Gary will have to pay 1.
No, because it gets it for free. Because you beat that monster.
So then, how do I try to get? There?
You have an encounter, and then if there's the chances are you should get one of the event cards out. If you
Okay.
pass that.
So what I can do is, because that was like the extra action, I can get rid of that. I can ward, can't I? Remove doom. I can
Yeah.
remove that doom that's there.
That was a free action, wasn't it, that move, wasn't it? From defeating the monster.
Yeah, but you were engaged on it, so you,
No, I attacked, and then that's part of winning that attack. I got to move.
right. I just think if you're not engaged anymore, yes, you should get another action. You get another action, don't you? So you want to try and get rid of this.
Yeah.
You have to do.
So my law is oh, actually, I also after I cast the spell, I may focus 1 skill of my choice as well. So I will focus my law.
Oh, there's a sanity cost with that spell, so you want to put another couple of sanity on there. Because you cast it twice, didn't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh right. Well I've got a thing here. You may suffer damage instead of horror when casting a spell.
Yeah.
So I'll actually, I don't know.
What's your
I'll do 1
One.
sanity and one. What's his name? And then, whilst casting a spell, if you suffer damage or spend remnants, you get +2 law. What's that? So I've suffered damage, haven't I?
say that again?
When casting a spell, if you suffer damage or spend remnants, you get +2 law.
Why would you get +2 Lord?
I don't know, it's a thing, blood is power. while casting a spell, if you suffer damage or spend remnants, you get +2 law.
Oh, right, when you cast a spell, usually it tells you to do a law test, doesn't it? That's why. Right, so that doesn't apply to this at the moment.
Right.
Alright, so you've still got another action.
So I would get 6 then when
Hmm.
casting that spell.
Right, just so you know, once per round, while another investigator in any space is resolving a test, you may test 2 law dice, add your test results to the other investigator's test.
It'll cost.
It costs me 2 brains.
Well, I'm just getting
But if anyone ever fails, just remind me, otherwise I'll forget.
right. So I'm trying to get rid of that. So 5 dice. Yeah.
3.
Oh,
15.
so if Gary gets an event card, that'll be in there.
Yeah.
Will he get all 3 of those go onto there?
No.
No, for all 3 of it, just one.
Oh, I
So how
go
can you
here.
heal?
Oh, I need my,
yourself?
Gotta go see a
I need
silent.
my card.
To heal yourself.
Is that?
I need a card for the lady.
1,
Yeah.
2,
Yeah, everybody.
and I can go there.
Right.
Yeah, you got to pay 1.
Yeah, I'll do that.
To get rid of.
What's that?
I've just gone here,
Yeah.
so that's
No, don't do that now. That's
Okay,
okay.
your mum moved.
move.
Just move there, yeah.
Yeah, she's looking at what.
Oh, when you paid
Okay.
money? I
Yeah.
thought you was, oh, right.
So that's a gun. Oh, what's that?
That's a general store, is it?
Yeah.
So you'll have to do an influence test, and you're more likely to get some sort of weaponry.
What influence on it? 3.
3.
Yeah. It's when you have an encounter.
What, I throw 3 cards.
No, when
Oh.
you have an encounter.
Oh,
Right,
You're
how many actions have you
Right,
done?
I've done 2.
so you
I
don't,
paid for 1, didn't I?
it's 1 action.
Yeah, one action.
You get another action.
Oh, right. So can I get anything from here?
No, it's
That's
an
an
encounter.
encounter.
Oh,
After
so
one moves.
can I get a spell then?
You'll go to the
This one.
black
Oh, right.
code.
So do I, if I go there, I've got this monster, haven't I?
Hmm.
What can I use influence for?
You can use them to.
Is that the only place you can get a spell? Ridiculous.
Remnants. They can be moved. They can be used to more safely cast spells or exchange remnants for money at certain locations. Alright. So,
More safely cast spells.
yeah. So you can when you cast a spell, you can spend those remnants instead of taking mental damage.
Oh
You
right.
could have spent them to activate that horror.
Take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know, did you?
Remnants. Spend them by casting spells to prevent suffering horror, and it says mechanical text and instruct you to spend remnants for other benefits.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because if I know that, I would have done it. Yeah.
Mm. I'm going to move. Have you done both of your actions?
No,
Oh,
I
sorry.
don't know whether to go there and get a spell. And
You're going to engage that monster. right?
yeah, but I'm,
Wait for the move.
Yeah.
There's moves towards and engages the player with the highest influence.
I've got 4 that I'm on the board.
What's yours? Influence is 3. It was Gary's influence.
2.
what are these
Oh no,
here?
2, yeah.
That's going to come to you.
What's on here?
That's strength
Oh,
test and a will test, and you'll get. See what that is? It's remnant tokens and money.
Did someone want more strength
Mm.
score?
how much money do you get?
+1.
Oh. What's
You
that?
have to be on the same space.
No influence from it.
That monster's going to come to you.
To where?
I've
It's going
got
to come.
3
It's
as
going to
well.
come to you. Yeah, but it's going to go
Right.
and take the
Oh.
shortest route. It's going to move to the player with the highest influence, which is you.
I've only got 3.
Yeah, you got that. You were on the highest.
I've got 5.
5.
It'll move to the in the shortest route, so I'll go there.
So if I go here,
Steve's
does that
got
make
five.
any difference?
Steve's got the highest influence.
He's got 5.
I'm going to go there.
Oh, the lowest influence. Sorry, that'd be me.
Just pay another 1.
No, it's
Oh.
my extraction.
Oh,
You moved already.
yeah.
You
can't
I
move
paid
twice.
1.
Yeah.
Twice.
You was here, you went 1, 2, paid 1.
So you pay another 1. You can move up.
I haven't got any more money.
No,
Any money?
you can go there or there.
I can go here or here.
Yeah, you moved twice. You were here, you went 1, 2, and then you paid 1. So
Yeah.
it depends which one you want to pay to go into.
I haven't got any money. I can't.
No,
yeah, but
no.
you
So when you were
already paid one.
here,
Yeah.
so you moved 2 for free,
Mm.
and then you paid 1, which means you can either go into that one or that one.
Why
you-
can't I go there then?
Because that's
gotta pay
2
for
away,
another one.
isn't it? So these 2 are both adjacent to that
Oh,
spare.
I see.
Don't engage the monster.
Okay.
Because that monster's going to go here,
Mm.
or 2. It's going to go here.
Well, I don't want to engage the monster, so I'll stay where I am.
You get a focus token if you want. Or you could get some money.
What? I can't.
No,
can I?
no, that was an action.
I see. Yeah, I could do some money. I haven't got any. Right, okay.
Right, it's just me now. If you like.
No.
No, I've got to go.
Well, then,
Who's going?
we'll go.
Who? Me?
Do you have an encounter?
No, we're not at the encounter phase, are we?
No, it's moved.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it
We're
was.
still in the action phase.
Moved.
I want to go here.
Yeah. I was going to do
And then I
something.
would have searched.
Hmm?
What would it,
Observation.
3. I've got a roll.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to roll 6, don't I? It's test.
Oh, no.
Freaky old roll, son.
So, yeah, you get to put that on there. Oh, hang on. We didn't do that on the reckoning, did we? So every cultist. There wasn't a cultist, was there? That's just come out on it, so.
Oh,
How do I become blessed?
contest there.
I don't get a
Oh,
card.
Get a card.
Card.
Mm.
I moved and I.
1, 2,
After
3,
you pass the test, discard this card.
Oh,
pay
right.
1.
Well done. Well done, Gav.
Water test. So
I'm
we
getting
do.
tired now.
You've been doing that whole of the game.
Yeah, I'm quite already.
We'll pay 1 to reroll.
Whoa!
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
That's my turn done. Have we all gone?
Well,
No.
Do you not get a search then?
I'm dead on myself.
Yeah.
Do you not get a search if you don't?
Oh, you come back in. You go to the train station.
Yeah, but
Remove doom. If you remove 2 or
Now.
more,
Yeah.
you gain 1 remnant.
Oh, you don't get a search.
where's my going? So I want to try and get that.
Yeah, you got an encounter. So. What do you want to?
Count.
Yeah, you can't. You've got to take 2 actions first.
So where do I have to move?
Depends what you want.
You are.
I'll go there.
You don't have an encounter yet, do you? So you've got to do your actions first.
So move,
Money or focus?
focus. I'll have will. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's encounter, is it?
No, don't go yet. I've got any money. Let's see what happens on the streets, man.
So what happens then?
Don't know.
There's a second action.
There is a streets encounter there. Right, so
Well, hang on, before you do that, you may perform an action you have already You may perform an action you have already performed this round. You may allow another investigator to perform this action with your smoky velvet ability. So that means someone can move for
It
free.
doesn't give you a free action, does it? It's just lets you perform the same action.
Yeah, so someone can move for free if they want.
Yeah.
Anybody want to move? for free?
Everyone's already had their 2 actions, haven't they?
No, but they can do whatever I did for free.
Is it?
Yeah. Once per round, after you perform an action, what's a move an action, and another investigator on any space may perform the same action. So if anybody wants to move, you can move. Does anyone want to move?
No.
No? Okay, that was wasted.
Right.
You still got your second action, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've moved haven't
Oh
you?
yeah, I have a dollar. Right, so monster phase, monster phase wants to activate usually by moving. So you would do him. He's going to move twice. He moves towards the
Why?
monster with the lowest influence, which is me.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry. I thought it was
Right,
right.
there we go.
I've got the highest influence.
Shall we?
The monster with the lowest.
Well, that's probably the purest one, isn't it? You're moving twice, is it?
Oh yeah, it's going to go in there. This one. Twice, and he moves to the unstable space. Just check that card to tell me where the doom symbol is.
Graveyard. Rivertown.
2. This one.
One could just come
That's
out
the-
and it's going back in again.
There's it.
That's
Yeah.
the black cave. I was moving towards
towards
it.
it.
Sorry.
This one is a lurker. Place 1 doom token in the space. There. Right. So that's 3 doom in 1 space. That's an anomaly.
No, it's 5 one then.
It's 3.
It's either or, isn't it? It's either 3 and 1 or 5.
You put that
in
search
the
on top.
That covers it up.
Is it?
5.
So you can't use it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can't take it. Any more monsters? Right. So each engaged monster deals damage. Anyone got engaged with a monster?
No.
Then each exhausted monster readies. Right. So we do the mythos phase.
What about encounters?
Oh, we got.
Yeah, encounters.
Oh yeah. My brain started to shut down. I think.
There isn't any other things.
Right. See.
Said that was an encounter, didn't you?
Yeah, so we're
Yeah.
all doing. We're all
Do
doing.
you want to do your encounter first?
Yeah.
So you got the general store.
So what
So where's
do
this one? It's Rivertown.
Mm.
Right, general store. The delivery boy Nathan greets you as you enter.
It's an event.
This is an
Is
event.
it green?
No,
It's not.
it's not. It's just regular. So the delivery boy Nathan greets you as you enter. Mr. Schaffner is sick today, but he said that it ain't an excuse to close. You may buy any number of common items from the display.
You've only got 1 coin, haven't you? No, you can't say that.
So if you can't do that, you can discard 2 and draw another 2.
Mm.
You want to choose any 2 to discard? That goes on the bottom of the deck. Then is it, isn't it?
Oh.
No.
Depends on what happens. Depends.
Spooky.
What's the time? 10 o'clock.
Still doing all right.
Probably 1 more round, isn't it?
Well, we'll see what happens when 7 Doom gets stuck on there.
then the kids get home.
Yeah, that's straight there one.
Dirty and washing it.
You're back yet?
No,
What time football end?
20 minutes ago? 15?
they've got Ellis with them, haven't they? So we did it quite one day still.
With those,
So, you buying anything?
I've only got 1. What's it?
We've only bought Nelson's. haven't we?
One on. Full time.
Let's go back.
Yeah, we'll put down what's going on.
Oh, okay. Loads of
So you're not buying anything?
I've only got one coin.
Do you not deal out replacement items?
If a certain type of card appears or something.
Revolver
And
and a outward codex.
I was thinking exactly the same
I
thing.
get 3
How much
more
is it?
as part of a award action. How much?
yeah,
5 and
exactly.
3.
So you can't afford to buy anything, can you?
No.
Oh,
Just
Never
can't
mind.
get started here.
Right, so where are you?
Oh,
I'll have an encounter in the streets.
The streets.
Step up to the streets.
look at that. Look.
Right,
Oh,
so where
nice.
are
It's
you?
been raining
So
out.
it gets
Back.
warm in here.
I'm in the one with the lamp post symbol.
Residential. Joey Vigil's sharp whistle catches your attention from a nearby alley. I know you need a little help. You can't afford to ask too many questions, he says.
It's actually in Massachusetts.
Oh. No, they're all cockneys.
But they were probably survive the Titanic.
Yeah, no, it's probably on London Bridge, wasn't it, when it got moved.
Yeah.
So I've got a special deal for you. You may buy one common item from the display for half price.
Half price.
Ooh.
No,
50% off.
Rounded up.
no, forget it. Forget it, pauper.
There's nothing in there for you. There's nothing in here for you.
Peasant boy. No, you can't afford them.
Yeah, if I can't
Oh,
afford
right.
it, I can get rid of 2, can't I? Well, I believe the automatic rifle. I've got Royal Codex. We'll leave the revolver. That's handy. Get rid of them 2.
Where'd they go?
They go on the bottom of the deck.
Right.
2.
I'll have an encounter.
Grimm's Fairy Tales. Action. Investigate or ally in your space. Recovers 1 sanity. And 41 Deranger. It's like a little gun. You may add 1 to the result of 1 die as part of an attack option. Alright, so you can add
Where are
1
you
one
going?
to your dice.
I'm over there.
Oh yeah. Graveyard. Rivertown. Really good.
Yeah, just read it. Oh, right.
Graveyard.
Graveyard. A few unidentified bodies are laid out to be buried. Either test strength to help with the burial, or become delayed to be a pallbearer. So you've got to throw dice,
Will be delayed.
or be delayed. So you can throw for strength to help the burial,
Then
or
we
you
can't
can,
use a weapon
or you
because
can,
that's an attack action.
or you can become delayed to be a pallbearer.
I'll be the pallbearer.
Okay.
Any consequences to that?
It's got to be good, isn't it?
So you'll be delayed. If you pass or become delayed, you cease times the bodies were ritual sacrifices. You gave $3 and 1 clue from your neighbourhood. If you fail, you are too tired to help.
You've got to do a test.
No, that's if you did the. That's if you did the strength test.
Yeah, no, you
failed.
didn't. You did the delayed to be
You
a
did it,
pallbearer,
yeah.
so you don't.
It doesn't apply.
Yes.
Right, so
Doesn't apply. Yeah.
3 coins and a clue.
Yeah.
And then my 1 action.
So you take this clue, yeah?
Yeah,
Put it on there. Nice.
you get $3.
All right, then.
That's right, isn't it?
Got the money?
Yeah.
That goes to
Clue.
the bottom, doesn't it?
Who hasn't had an encounter?
Neither have I.
Who wants to have an encounter?
I haven't either. Go on, I'll go next.
Right.
Oh, well.
It's for you.
Yep.
Which one am I reading?
Curiosity
I
shop.
can't read that.
Alright.
This is an event.
An event's good.
Oh,
Curiosity shop. Yeah. The shop cat nudges something off the shelf, and Mr. Thomas offers it to you at a discount. You may buy 1 curio item from the display for half price, rounded up.
well, that was a bit of luck.
Yay or nay?
Any curio items.
What was lawful? A casting a spell.
Law.
Oh, I could do that one. That'd be good. Or I can get an attack weapon. They've got choice of 2 weapons or
My eyes have got
It says you've
Do.
got pie.
Hmm?
You've got
yeah,
pie.
rounded down.
rounded up.
So law is when you pass the casting
You
a
may
spell.
buy one curio item from the display
Oh,
for half price rounded up. Yeah.
So it's 2.
If you do, the object whispers secrets to you of its long life in the hands of an old warlock. You gain 1 clue from your neighbourhood.
Whee!
Well done.
Yay.
That goes in the discard pile.
So you do mine.
Yep.
Mine down there. Is that?
Merchant district.
Merchant district.
Unvisited isle.
Right. Robed figures stand in a circle surrounding an open fire. They all turn to face you.
Oh no, hang on, I can't buy this because this has got 2 hands.
No, you can't use it.
Yeah, you can buy it.
You can have as many items as you want. You can't use it.
So you can only use
can't
one.
both.
Oh, I
turn.
see.
Yeah, you get to
Unless
choose.
you've got 4 hands.
Yeah.
Right, so robed figures stand in a circle surrounding an open fire. They all turn to you and call out with one voice. We will be free soon.
Mm.
You may gain a dark pact condition to join their chant.
What do I have to do?
Do you want to join a dark pact?
Yeah. I need that patch, don't I? Yeah, this one.
No, I haven't got dark pact. They're all different.
Well, they're all bad.
They're all bad, but they all have different effects. Right. Don't look at it. Don't look at the other side of me. Right. If you do, they share their gifts on you. Gain 1 curio item and focus 2 skills of your choice.
Ooh.
Let's pick another one.
Grotesque statue.
A curio.
Magical curio. After you perform a research action, you may suffer 1 horror to research 1 clue.
How many what curios are there?
1. Oh, that's a curio weapon. 2.
Depends
Three.
which one Julie wants, doesn't it?
That's 3.
We have an encounter, Steve.
Not yet, no.
Have your encounter, and Julie will sort that.
Do you want to do my encounter?
Mhm.
Unvisited isle.
Right.
Beard Smith! Beard Smith!
You study the standing stones on the island, but when you glance across the river, Arkham is gone. You. Right, okay. You gain 1 clue
Hang on,
from.
no, is there a symbol there?
So what?
Is there a symbol?
Down the bottom there is.
What is it?
Down the bottom.
Unvisited
Yeah,
isle.
you've got to do a will test.
A will test.
If you succeed, then you say,
1 dice.
yeah.
Oh,
That,
Yeah.
no, that wasn't.
Cock dice.
that's still tap my hand.
I don't think it's really.
What for? I can spend using my money talks ability
To reroll.
Mhm.
to reroll. I can do that any number of times per test.
Maybe what?
I am going
Roll
to.
a stack.
Oh.
Right, so
Okay, so I finished what I was reading.
Yep.
Days and nights pass in eye blinks as you watch the city grow, and then you do the dice. If you pass, you dig up something you watched buried years ago. You gain 1 curio item.
Okay.
That's the curios.
include
Mhm.
Shall I wait until Julie's? She probably have first dibs on these, really, wouldn't she?
Yeah,
How many of them $2?
that's got to get shuffled back into the top two, 'cause it wasn't the.
It wasn't. Was it get shuffled back in?
Because it wasn't the. You didn't go to. She didn't go to the clue location.
So the same event could happen twice.
Yeah, it could do. Yeah.
How many of those more than $2?
These, yeah.
So she can't buy them anyway. She's only got $2, so you can pick.
Oh right, I can just take a pick from any of them, can't I?
But you only got $2.
I
Not
didn't-
buy them, are you?
Oh, you got 3,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just, yeah. After you perform a research action, you may suffer 1 horror to research 1 clue. So what's that? I get 2.
Yeah.
Understand that one.
So again.
After you perform a research action, you may suffer 1 horror to research 1 clue.
So say how many clues you got,
None.
unless you hand that off to someone else.
I won't.
Oh, you can hand to me if you want.
You want the same space?
No.
Your card.
Tattered cloak. Magical curio. Non-epic monsters ignore you while activating and do not engage you unless you attack or damage them. So they ignore you.
You won't be able to take that one anyway. So what ones would you be able to take?
No. No, she couldn't afford any of them.
Right. She just wants to get 2 focus tokens of her choice. And then she.
Oh no, she could have bought that one. Two. Buy that one. It's $2.
Okay, so that was the encounter phase. Judy can do that in a sec. So the mythos phase.
I'm going to have to bow in
Right.
that.
Yeah.
We'll just do this then.
Yeah, you can just swap out. I mean,
Just do the
yeah,
cat.
yeah, it's our team. So. I don't remember what these are. So it's a spread doom
Bottom.
downtown. Where's it going?
Independent Square.
We get 3 on that.
Don't know. It tells you on the card, doesn't it?
Independent Square.
So how does the game actually end?
We
Well,
did.
we don't know because it's like a story develops.
Oh right, so it could go on for
There's only a certain amount of cards and
ever.
none. I think there's only 8 cards. I think so. I think, 4 of them are out. Some of them you don't use. Monster. It's the bottom card of the monster deck.
Spawn at street nearest prey.
Move towards and engage the investigator with the most clues.
I got 1.
No.
1.
Who you choose. That spawns at street nearest either you or Gary.
Doesn't matter. It's the last turn. Just put it wherever you want. Oh man. Put it there.
Gary's.
Put it there.
No, Gary's.
Very on there.
Oh, yeah.
On the delayed.
How many was that? It was 2, wasn't it? Monster.
Spawn at street nearest leader. Who's the leader?
I am.
You're on a street.
Yeah. It's
Unlucky.
target him. Oh, that makes any difference. Cultist ritualist.
A blank.
Thank you, Glenn.
If you've got Stuart doing the FA Cup draw, you've seen that video.
I've seen it before, yeah.
Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart was doing the FA Cup draw, and he was thinking a few men. He was doing, instead of, you put the hand in to draw the balls out, he was going like that for some reason. It's like iconically famous. You need to look it up on YouTube.
Oh.
Where does this go?
Front card, so
Oh, front
no,
card.
no, front card bit. In the wheelchair thing. Yeah, so yeah,
Arkham Asylum.
no, take the front card, yeah, and then that gets shuffled in.
Oh, yeah.
So it goes to
Doesn't matter.
chuck it on the
North side.
over there. Next one.
Okay.
Right, so that is result of go plus what's at the top card of the event they can place in Doom.
It's empty.
Well, do was it? La Bella Luna.
What's that? What colour is it? Goes one.
Blank. Horror.
Spread Doom. That's the bottom card.
Curiosity shop.
So that just goes to the. Oh yeah, there's one.
You picked two?
Yep.
Newspaper and Doom.
Do the Doom one first.
Bottom. Arkham advertising, north side. And newspaper. Yeah. Sheriff, Eagle, calls, curfew, something like that. I can't remember this. 3 missing persons in affected area. Right, headline, you suffer 1 damage for each monster in your neighbourhood.
There is none.
And then Julie. Oh no, did I do both of them?
Yeah, you did.
And Julie, monster, and
What?
monster, and that was
Reckoning.
Reckoning.
Spawn at most Doom.
And then Reckoning, which is a test for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, but there really is no point in doing that. I'm just going to do my data pack to see what happens.
Let's see what would have happened then.
Well, if we had done that one.
Well, because I was going to be doing that next
And I
anyway.
was going to do that as well.
So if 3 or more Doom, flip this card. So it says reveal cards plus 3 or more Doom, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a clue.
This is if 7 or more Doom.
Yeah, we weren't going to do Doom, were we?
Yeah.
We were going to put clues on.
So if we'd done, it would have been at card number 4. Take 5 markers, 1 blue, 1 red, 3 white, and randomise them face down. Place 1 each face down, then flip this card. And it says, gives you an action to do. Reveal the white marker at your location and resolve the effects below based on its colour. White marker, you find nothing of interest. Blue marker, add 6 to card 6 to the codex. And reveal the white marker. If the barrier is destroyed, add 7 to the codex. Yeah, so you work your way through this deck. I think there is. Not sure how many cards there are. And there's a lot, but a lot of these come from, I think there's 2 expansions in it.
Yeah.
So we could have been playing forever.
Sure.
It's going to be a 2-hour game.
It's not 2 hours.
Can't
Well,
see
it's,
that.
yeah, it's
Yeah, we sort of.
6 players. I mean, you can't see it in 6 hours. That's 2-3 hours.
Well, when the others play, they play it for about 5 or 6 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
This is meant to be streamlined. Yeah, Arkham.
I don't know what version they got.
The 2nd edition one down there. It's like big.
Yeah,
Big. It's one massive board rather than like a modular thing.
yeah.
Seems a bit. It was alright.
It's not as unfair as the other one because some in the 2nd edition you could split the card over and just die.
Well, I haven't done
Oh,
anything
yeah.
with this one.
No.
I mean, it's been,
Yeah, it was a
I
bit.
haven't played at all. for ages.
For me, I think it was a bit, I don't know.
What the game plays you rather than you play the game, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a bit samey, isn't it? Every round is,
Quite get going.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I suppose you're just moving, aren't you, and then read the card and seeing what happens. I suppose.
Yeah,
alright.
it's,
It's just, you know, after about three odd hours, my brain starts to go shut down. You know?
The whole having to make choices, not knowing the consequences
Yeah,
of
it's
your
nice,
choices.
that's good,
I think that's really good.
Yeah.
That's what you don't really see that in many games, do you?
No.
right.
There's a lot of variation as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's just, it's Arkham Horror, it's like, it's unfair.
Mm.
But the fact that you know, there's a story in this, the other one was just random encounters, you just wander about
Yeah.
trying to shut the gates, but this has got like a story and you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The cards, certain cards might come out, certain cards might not.
Yeah.
It's quite a well designed system. But yeah, no. It's just a few fiddly bitty rules, isn't it?